gentlemen, welcome to the world famous Caird Hall here in Dundee as the Scottish Wrestling Entertainment presents its biggest event of the year. This is Hell for Lycra. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host Joe Fordyce, joined by Jimmy Young and the mighty fine Eddie Devine.
Good to see you, Joe. It's good to have you as a special guest announcer this evening.
Thank you very much. What better way to kick off, guys, than with Spike Tierney, one of the most popular stars in the SW, one of the longest serving members of the roster as well.
And Joe, one of the ugliest.
Well, I mean, how can you tell he's wearing a mask?
I've seen his face before, that's the reason he's wearing a mask.
I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily agree with that, but fair enough. Only 18 years old, one of the most agile men, and this crowd absolutely loves Spike Tierney.
I mean, he could definitely show his agility in the ring. I've been in the ring with him before.
You have?
Yes, and unfortunately I lost, but that just shows how good he is, you know?
I don't think there's any shame in that, as he's good at throwing t-shirts as well. So he's going to have a fair old challenge ahead of him. You want to talk about a big challenge? It's going to be this one. That music, you all know who it is, and I'm sure you're all regretting it as well. Wow,
it's the main man.
It is the general manager of SWE, Braveheart. Now here's the cool thing, Eddie, as you will know, of course, Spike Tierney was originally meant to be having a match here in Hell for Lycra, but Braveheart said no.
Braveheart
pulled him from the show, said you're not getting a match, and despite trying to, change his mind, he wouldn't. Wow. No, already giving us grief, he's barely got started. But yeah, I mean, everyone knows Braveheart.
He is the evil Scotsman, Braveheart!
I don't think I could have put it better myself. The evil Scotsman, Braveheart. Again, the GM, what he says goes.
Do you know, Joe, I actually went off that guy for a while. I thought he was doing goody two shoes, but now he's got attitude again. That's the Braveheart we know and love.
You can't condone his actions, Jimmy.
No, of course you can't.
He throws his considerable weight around,
well,
literally, metaphorically.
What are you trying to say? He's overweight. Is that what you're trying to say?
A relaxed muscle, I believe, is the term, isn't it?
Well, I agree with that. I've got the same problem myself.
Say no more. But like the fact that he's making matches, pulling people from shows just on a whim.
But that's his job, Joe. That's his job. He's a general manager. That's what he does.
But do you not think that Spike Tierney deserves to be in Hell for Lycra? The biggest showcase that SWE has?
Can I just say, are you sure it's because it's what he thinks is right, or do you think he just pulls people at matches just out of spite?
Listen, this game's all about money. It's all about money. And that's what you don't understand.
I'll agree with Jimmy. I do think Braveheart looks at it from a business perspective. But no, I do think it's out of spite. I think he lets his emotions sometimes get in the way of a sound business decision. Listen to this crowd.
They're absolutely all over Spike.
They love Spike Tierney.
Because they're idiots.
No, they love Spike Tierney. And why wouldn't you want them to come? Why would you deprive them of seeing him in action?
I mean, I'll give you that, man. Right? He's a decent wrestler. Right? He's a decent wrestler. But this is a total mismatch. This will be over in 10
I totally agree. Spike is agile and quick, but Braveheart is like power, and he just likes beating people up.
He's got the experience.
Power and brawn.
I mean, he is Mr. SWE. He's been here since day one, right? I mean, he just likes battering people, and if he catches Spike Tierney, he'll pound him down. Tierney has to stick and move. Although I do question his cardio over the long term, but. See, there you go. Smart move by Spike Tierney.
Just try to frustrate him, get out of his way.
Yeah, you don't want to lock horns with a man the size of Braveheart, do you?
Look, there he goes again. And look, you could see the frustration from Braveheart kicking the turnbuckle.
We're 30 seconds in?
And he's getting frustrated. He's letting Spike get into his mind.
That's the way you channel that frustration, Eddie.
And it looks like he's not channeling it well as he's just on the ground right now.
Yep. I do think that as long as Spike Tierney can keep up the offense and stay on top of Braveheart, he'll be fine. But Braveheart going to turn this round. That frustration and anger, is going to come back to haunt Spike Tierney.
Now, after all, we all know that Braveheart is no slouch. He has held the heavyweight championship 4 times.
He has, yeah.
Like, he definitely has the experience. He's won the gold multiple times.
He has, however, as you may be aware, he has lost his last 3 Hell for Lycra matches. Now, extenuating circumstances, different people, but will his losing streak continue?
No
And
chance.
in fairness, like last year, Spike Tierney lost as well to his former tag partner Scotty Ratio, because you will see in the World Heavyweight Championship match here at Hell for Lycra, Braveheart barely broke on 4.
Oh,
He knows the rules better than anyone, or he should do, and he's
what-
going to bend within an inch of their life.
Bending the rules like he's bending his arm there.
Yeah, right on the top rope. The tension in that rope really goes for the muscle. It's going to make Spike Tierney's arm sore. I mean, obviously, make it hard to pick up, hard to throw strikes. Even trying to spring up as well. It's hard to climb the ropes with only one arm.
He's sat in the corner. Braveheart charges, but
Oh,
Spike
right in the
goes
ring
right out the way.
There's the speed advantage that Spike Tierney has. He's so quicker, and Braveheart's that step or two slower than Spike Tierney is. Lovely bit of power with that snapmare, and just
then
kicks him right in the back of the head. Just gets him in position.
Keeps him down.
He wants to climb the top turnbuckle. It's going to generate offense off the top
boy.
rope already.
Oh!
Lovely move, rolling senton, and we're going to wrap this one up quick here at Hell for
No
Lycra.
chance.
Oh wow!
Oh, just
On
got
a
the
two there.
shoulder up.
That could have ended it. That was a big move for him to hit on Braveheart. Maybe too early in the match, you might argue. Certainly for Braveheart, it was.
Almost got him out of it.
It
Like,
nearly did end it, but he was able to kick out just for the 3.
whips him off.
So taking the offense. Braveheart
Ducks the
just on the
clothesline.
clothesline. Oh, there's the power! That is your mistake if you're Spike Tierney. You don't want to run into the size of Braveheart.
It's like
That's
getting
like
hit
running
by
at a wall, Eddie.
I was going to say, it's like getting
It
hit by a
is.
truck, that was.
It is. A wall-shaped truck, yes. Braveheart just mowed him down. And look, you see the pace. It slows down. Oh, is he going for the sharpshooter? Oh, I thought he was going for it early. He's going to certainly soften him up for it. The sharpshooter is inescapable.
Oh,
And he
no.
is. If he locked his runners over.
What's going on here?
That's
Hang
the,
on.
that's the music of Ian Ambrose.
No chance. None. No
Nah,
way.
can't
That's
be.
the music of Ian Ambrose. No way!
Yeah,
No way!
Cannot be.
No way!
It's
Nah, 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 nah!
What's happening?
No, no,
This
this,
is-
this can't be Ian Ambrose. Can't be Ian Ambrose.
What's happening here? The lights have gone red. Oh, roll up! Roll by Spike Tierney! Oh, and that nearly got it. Spike Tierney took advantage. What was going on?
I think Ian Ambrose is playing mind games with Braveheart there.
Or
But
somebody,
Ian Ambrose-
certainly. Spike Tierney nearly got a massive victory. Braveheart,
Oh,
the body
big
slam.
body slam.
That's going to annoy Braveheart even further. He was nearly embarrassed by the masked man.
Thing
He
is,
lands
boys,
that
is
big laser.
Ambrose even in the building?
I have no idea.
I've never seen
not
him backstage.
But I mean, come on, like the Caretal's a big place. You could be hiding somewhere.
Yeah.
He could have come in with the crowd. He might be in the back row for all we know. Anything's
scary
entirely
thought.
possible. But whether he's here or not, Braveheart took his eye off the ball and nearly got pinned. Spike Tierney with a couple of shots down there. Here he goes.
Oh,
Abracadabra. Goes for the cover. Is it going to end it?
Oh,
Again,
once again.
Braveheart gets that shoulder. Abracadabra nearly wrapped that one up. He's hit the senton. Got the roll up as well. Spike Tierney, as long as he can keep the pace and generate the offense the way he likes, he's got his way with Braveheart. But when it slows and Braveheart can get his hands on him, it's all the GM.
But Braveheart still has that determination to teach Spike Tierney a lesson.
Yep.
That's
Like I
why he
said,
keeps getting up.
Thing is, Eddie, Braveheart's got all the experience in the world.
Yep.
Oh, is this for the sharpshooter?
And if he locks
Oh.
it's going to be over.
That's
It's
it,
almost
game
in.
over.
It's almost in.
Game over.
Nah,
It's
it's done.
the
It's done. It can't.
Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Well, he's not submitted yet, but nobody's ever survived this yet.
Ring the bell.
Spike Tierney's not near enough to the ropes.
Oh, he
He's
can't.
either
He
got to
can't.
reverse it.
Look at the size of Braveheart. He won't be able to crawl.
Braveheart's
That's a-
putting everything in this.
It's a huge amount of weight to be... Where?
Oh!
Who's jumped the rail?
Who's that?
Someone's
No
jumped the
way!
rail!
No
No way!
And Ambrose! Yes! And Braveheart doesn't know! Yes! Doesn't realise! And he's about to...
Yes!
Oh, super kick!
Yes! Yes!
What's the... Being Ambrose attacking Braveheart? I mean, sure the match is thrown out, right? It has
Oh
to
my God!
be, match
I
has to be
can't
thrown out.
believe this!
Interference. Ian Ambrose returns.
I can't believe this!
When did we last see him in SWE? It's been a
Oh,
while.
months ago.
Comes in the ring, super kicks Braveheart. Hang on. Oh, he's trying the Salida del Spike. Oh! Off the ropes, assistant Shiranui version. Covers him. Is this going to be enough to beat Braveheart? No, and it is! Spike Tierney gets that victory, albeit with some help from Ian Ambrose. What does this mean?
Ambrose is still ringside, Joe.
He is.
He's hovering about there like a bad smell.
I mean, he got his entrance music played.
Your winner via pinfall, Spike Tierney.
Good call by the ref as well, not to throw the match out and to keep this one going. We want to see a clean ending. Spike Tierney breaks his duck. He continues Braveheart's losing streak at Hell for Lycra. The popular Spike Tierney with the victory. Look at Braveheart's face, he can't believe it. He lost the contest and Ian Ambrose is staring daggers at him. If looks could kill, Ian Ambrose would be up on a homicide charge. And confronting, look at this, confronting Braveheart, calling him into the ring. The referee's trying to say the match is over, stay out.
Braveheart's still raging.
I don't blame him. I mean, did he win the match fairly, Spike Tierney? Did he win via Ambrose's interference? You can argue this to your blue in the face.
He's trying to wrestle his way back in.
Ambrose knocked him flying off the apron. Well, clearly there is animosity between these two, and I don't think we'll hear from it in the weeks leading out of Hell for Lycra. But the big takeaway is this, appropriately for Spike Tierney, the big takeaway is that not only does he get a victory over Braveheart here at Hell for Lycra 16, but Ian Ambrose makes his return and makes his presence felt, and he makes it against the general manager Braveheart. What will happen? What does the return of Ian Ambrose mean for SWE, for Hell for Lycra? I guess we're going to find out as the weeks go on here in SWE.
Well, what a fantastic opening contest that was there. Spike Tierney picking up the win over Braveheart, with much assistance, of course, from Ian Ambrose. However, John Kerr, you're up next, defending that Showcase Championship only for the second time, but on quite possibly the biggest stage possible. How are you feeling?
I'm nervous, but that's quite natural. I'm excited. I'm excited to defend this beautiful title in front of all the SWE fans, and I'm excited to bring this title back home to Fife where it belongs.
Well, of course, you're defending against Nate Stevenson, and this all came about last week at the Showcase Invasion event. He attacked you after your defence at that show. What's your thoughts on that?
He could have asked me for a match, would have given it to him. I'm fighting champion, but he wanted to go the hard way, but he still got his match. But Nate, I can guarantee by the end of the night, I'm still going to be holding this championship.
Well, John Kerr, thank you. A fighting champion. Good luck to you.
So ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to see a defence of the newest inaugurated championship here in SWE, the Showcase Championship. And coming to the ring first of all is going to be the challenger, carrying that self-same chair. Wow, that says a lot, doesn't it? Talk about playing mind games. Nate Stevenson, just 7 days ago at the SWE Student Showcase. Eddie, I know that you were there. I wasn't, unfortunately, but I've seen the footage. Hang on, we'll let James have his part. The champion, John Kerr, defended the title successfully. Barely had he got his hand raised, then Nate Stevenson cracked him with that very chair he is carrying to make his intentions clear. Flattened him, left him lying, and it took head trainer Kevin Williams clearing house, chasing Stevenson away to put this match together here at Hell for Lycra. And you've got to think, Eddie, the champion, he's pretty annoyed.
Oh, absolutely, I would be annoyed too. And look at him! Look at that champion right there!
Well, you know, John Kerr, of course, started his career in the middle of 2017. The start of his career was all in the tag team ranks. And frankly, going solo was the best thing that ever happened to him.
John Kerr.
It was only in June that he won the inaugural Showcase Championship, beating 5 other men to claim that title. He doesn't want to lose it at his first ever Hell for Lycra. The first Hell for Lycra the Showcase title's ever been defended on.
Tell you what, that John Kerr kid, he's got talent.
I mean, yeah, I think a very worthy champion, and I think him winning it was a status and a testament to how hard he's worked since he started.
But also at the same time, Nate Stevenson is a very, very tough competitor. This guy is ruthless.
He is. Yeah, and I mean, he only debuted earlier this year, and like he's already made his presence felt. They were in back in June. They were in a tag team match opposite each other. They've confronted each other. They fought in a corridor backstage. They had a match in July, and Nate Stevenson won it. But of course, winning it then and winning it when the title is on the line at Hell for Lycra are two different things. But does he have John Kerr's number?
I think
hard.
so.
It's hard to say, but we will know one thing: this will be a fantastic match.
Yeah, I totally think so. I think both of them have got a lot to prove. This is Kerr's biggest singles contest ever in SWE. This is Stevenson's first one. And again, he's only been wrestling a year, and this barely a year, and he's already at Hell for Lycra in this contest.
That's an impressive.
And for a title as well, not just his Hell for Lycra. He's in a title match, and I think he'll want to prove just the potential that he definitely has.
But the thing is, what Nate Stevenson has got on John Kerr is Stevenson is more ruthless. To me, you've got to be ruthless in this game, Joe, because you get nowhere being Mr. Nice Guy.
So you're saying that John Kerr's gone soft?
Yes, very soft.
I mean, certainly he was a rule breaker at the start of his career, but like he's had more success as a singles competitor than he has ever as a villain.
Can I just say, how can he be soft when he's a champion right now?
Yeah, exactly.
This
is the highlight of his career.
It's an absolute fluke.
That he's defended.
That he beat 5 people in one match.
It was the 5 people he's fighting though, come on.
But I mean,
now he's got a bit of competition, now he's got a real fight on his hands.
This is true, but the guys overcame with a lot more experience.
True, but I mean, look at the epic rise in 1 year of Nate Stevenson.
Oh yeah, less than a year, yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, I think he's got a wealth of potential. His attitude may hold him back, but obviously if he walks away with the title this evening here at the Caird Hall...
But this is my problem. People seem to say it all the time, oh, his attitude stinks, his attitude stinks. No, his attitude does not stink. His attitude is spot on, because at the end of the day, there's winners and losers in this game, and you've got to be ruthless.
Nate whips him off.
He does.
Bang!
Wow.
Shoulder block by John Kerr.
He does have a slight size advantage, to be fair. Seems with the agility, I would think.
Block the hip toss. Goes for a suplex.
Nice vertical suplex. And you see, he maintains contact.
He
He's
holds
going for
on.
a second one.
I've got to say, that was impressive.
Yeah, rolls through.
Number 3. Lifts him up.
Whoa! And just
drops him.
Just drops him down. Wow. And out to the floor goes Nate Stevenson. He may have bitten off more than he can chew.
The thing is, I
they've
think
crossed
John Kerr's maybe got the weight advantage here as well.
I think, yeah, he's got a couple of pounds on him definitely. I think even if their weight is similar, I think it's distributed differently.
Oh, he's chasing him around the ring. This might be a mistake because
Stevenson was in first, but
ducks
Kerr
the
ducks
clothesline.
it and catches him with the clothesline. There's where the power's coming in.
Back elbow.
Yeah.
But he hasn't got Stevenson's agility.
No, he does lack in that aspect. But Stevenson's not really had the chance to use it yet, although, well, he used a bit of power there. Because both men so happy to be here in the Caird Hall, a building built between 1914 and 1923. You were around then, weren't you, Jimmy?
Listen, mate, honestly, I've got a pair of socks older than you.
That's very true.
I'm still wearing them.
That's what this mill was, my God. Dave Stevenson just asking Kerr to get up. Charge again.
Demanding.
Took a bit too long though. Give him that couple of moments. That's why Kerr's a champion.
Just fends him off with that big boot. And he charges again. But John Kerr
just got
moves
out
of the way, ducks under the clothesline.
And again, Stevenson, you wouldn't think he's a power man, but he's knocking Kerr down. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Keeping him down with a stomp.
John Kerr was in a tag gauntlet last year, but he's only got himself to rely on this year. Like, he can't tag out to anybody. If he can't beat Nate Stevenson, it's all on him. Stevenson is Norse heritage, hence the fact he's got 3 S's in his surname. It's true, like, he gets very annoyed if you only spell Stevenson with 2 S's, there's 3 in it.
Well, he puts John Kerr in the corner.
Yeah.
Forearms.
Whoa! Wow!
Oh,
tearing
come
up that
on.
t-shirt.
Try to play mind games, do mental damage.
Now, the thing about the t-shirt, of course, is it adds a tiny layer of protection.
Yeah.
Because if you get chopped, it's not going to... Just like that. Like you can see, Stevenson's got no t-shirt.
Oh!
And the thing about John Kerr, he doesn't train for cosmetic reasons. He trains for functional fitness. He doesn't have a shreddy physique like Nate Stevenson, but he doesn't need it. He's lifting heavy, he's athletic, but he doesn't bother about having a six-pack because why does he need it? Oh, kick right in the face. One
He's
of his
never
favourite
recovered.
moves.
Never recovered from that.
That was right in the face. He got him from
Oh,
close range as well.
looks
Nate
out.
Stevenson, I think, is about to become the new showcase.
Oh.
Oh, no, he doesn't. I thought he was
Only
going to
a
wrap it up
2
there.
count. Only a 2 count.
Of course, Nate Stevenson, like we saw in other contests, you can dictate the pace. You can have the match go your way. He's going for a vertical suplex. Oh, hangs him up on the ropes.
What is this?
He's got a top rope.
Top rope.
I think he is. He's going to crash down upon him.
What's he going to do?
This is nuts, man. This is
What is
nuts.
he
Oh,
up
come
for?
on!
Oh! John Kerr had no protection there. Took a knee at the back of the skull and had to fall face first onto the canvas.
He's never recovered from this.
Oh,
Joe.
that was
No,
brutal.
no.
And what, he's not even done yet.
No, he's going back up again.
That seems a bit of a distance.
It is. He does
Oh, but
like
John
to
Kerr
utilize a
doesn't know where he
headbutt.
is. John Kerr.
Kerr's out. Oh, he lands the headbutt.
Flying headbutt.
Nate Stevenson lands the headbutt. Kerr is in all sorts of danger. And
Oh,
wow,
I'm
John Kerr.
surprised at that.
Right, he's taken a knee to the back of the skull, which conversely dropped him face first on this hard canvas. He then takes a diving headbutt and still is able to kick out. I think, guys, that's instinct more than any actual awareness of where he is.
I think it's adrenaline
It's his
keeping
heart.
him going here.
Yeah, totally.
And what's this? Now they're fighting on the apron now.
Oh, no, this won't be good. Now, Kerr does a brainbuster. I think he's going to try and land that. Not in the apron, surely.
He's not got
Oh,
a brain
no.
to get
No,
damaged.
wait,
Oh, no.
No,
Oh,
no, no!
Oh!
Jesus.
A pile driver on the ring apron.
Nah, man.
If Nate
referee-
Stevenson was 6'1" when he came in, he's 5'11" now.
And with a flat head.
Yes.
God.
I know he tied his ponytail up on the top of his head. That would offer much protection.
I love his man bun.
Oh no.
Do not criticise his man bun.
I mean, that may be the only thing that's protected from a broken neck after that.
Exactly, that's the reason he got it.
Pile driver on the apron. I'm not going to give the cliche about the hardest part of the ring. I mean, you don't need that from me. But
Well,
there's
I am.
lesser
It's the
padding.
hardest part of the ring.
Well, there is lesser padding. And Stevenson, can he get back in? Or is John Kerr going by count out?
I'm surprised he can even move after that.
To be fair, yeah, I mean, it's a surprise. Oh, he gets back in. It's a surprise
Just
he's
in
actually
time.
walking.
Did you see the desperation in him rolling in that ring there?
Of course, it's his first Hell for Lycra and there's a championship on the line. He wants to enter
Oh,
the
no.
pantheon of the greats. Oh, has he gone for it? No, he
Oh,
gets it
nice
back.
reversal.
Had that one scouted.
Oh, did you hear that?
Oh, man.
Caught Kerr right in the chin.
Right in the kisser.
And
a high
another
knee
one
lift.
for good another one
Yep.
for good measure.
Easy for you to say.
Yes.
And Kerr trapped in the corner. Oh, no way. There's that
No.
drop. There's that chair again. Now, he used that on John Kerr last week. This isn't a no DQ match.
Well, then what's he trying to...
If he uses this, he will be disqualified.
Let's have 3 cheers for John Kerr.
One chair, surely
Oh,
enough.
come on.
Oh, and he missed it. Went and drop kick it in the corner. John Kerr got the
That's-
hell out of the way.
Is
And he's
brain
going for the
buster?
brainbuster.
Wow!
Oh, right
that's
on
his
that
neck
already
done.
injured head and neck. Hooks the leg.
That's it
and
done.
John Kerr retains the championship.
Shit. Where'd you get it on again?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of your match by pinfall, and still the SWE Showbiz Champion,
That was amazing.
John Kerr.
So John Kerr, his biggest ever singles match, his biggest match at Hell for Lycra, walks away still your showcase champion. Eddie, what a contest.
What a match. But, like, that shows you how smart that John Kerr was. He kept going for that neck after he realised he hurt it on that pile driver on the apron.
It's as smart as a desperate. Pile driver on the apron, a brainbuster as well.
The brainbuster finished him off.
Yeah, totally.
That injured neck, he couldn't...
Fair play to Stevenson, he's still standing. Are we going to get a sign that offering his hand?
I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust it.
Wow, I think Nate Stevenson has realised that there's more to John Kerr than he thought. He gave him all he could handle and John Kerr took it and gave it back. no shame in Nate Stevenson. We'll be hearing a load more from him in the future. I
Definitely.
guarantee it.
He's going to be a huge
Yeah, he's
star,
going to be a
that
big
lad.
star. A couple of years experience. He's going to be a hard one to beat. But John Kerr, ripped t-shirt and all, is still your showcase champion and walks away with that title in hand here at Hell for Lycra 16.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are two of our brightest futures.
So here's a match I know a lot of people have been anticipating. That man there, Tommy Cross, has to go up against Johnny Thunder, but one pinfall, one submission, that's not going to do it. This is going to be the best 2 out of 3 falls.
Ladies and gentlemen, your following contest is a 2 out of 3 falls match. Currently in the ring, the first participant, Tommy Cross.
And what an attitude change with Tommy Cross.
Oh yeah, ever since that he's been associating with JD Wild.
Even slightly before that, when he attacked his own brother, Marcus Cross, and basically forced him out of SWE. And yeah, but you're right, JD Wild, I mean, we'll talk about that during the match, but that's really changed over. And you want to talk about attitude changes, what about this guy? I mean, we know who he used to be, we know what he used to be called, but no longer is he the king of fun style.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, he's simply Johnny Thunder now, because, I mean, he said it himself.
Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Harper, Johnny Thunder.
I mean, you're right, he's still got that fun-loving side to him, but he's been so much more serious recently, here in SWE particularly, and the actions perpetrated against him by Tommy Cross. I mean, he's left the comedy behind. You could easily say that Tommy Cross has taken the fun out of Johnny Thunder.
Well, I mean, there has been multiple times where Tommy Cross has just destroyed him, really, like just went too far with a lot
What about
of
in
things.
April? I mean, their battles at the SWE's training building. I mean, they fought inside, they fought outside. Tommy Cross ran Johnny Thunder over in his car.
I know,
That's like
it's-
taking this beyond the confines of a wrestling match.
This is a real grudge match if I've ever seen
They're
one.
out for
Yeah,
blood.
of course. And again, 3 falls as well, Jimmy.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
old
first
style.
fall is going to hopefully determine the pace, but that won't end the match.
This is old school wrestling.
Yeah, it is. And I think this is going to be a test, and Eddie, you'll be able to speak better on this than I can, having been in the ring before. But as both men go straight with each other, this is going to change your entire strategy.
Oh man,
You can't
they
do
are-
everything at the first fall because you've got 2 more after it, potentially.
and they're just
Hips
going
are-
right
oh,
at it.
Yeah, they are. Well, think of all the
Look at
animosity.
this.
I told you the fun's gone from Johnny Thunder.
Non-stop.
Then he's back
Whoa.
to his feet. Tommy Cross is rolling to the floor. And Johnny
It
Thunder,
just
I
cuts
got him.
him off.
So these 2 men do each other pretty well. Obviously, they've done some training together.
Whoa.
Johnny Thunder beat Tommy Cross back in March in a singles contest as he gets slapped right in the face. The disaster slap, as it's known.
The disaster slap.
Yep, knocked him on the floor and dives upon him.
suicide.
Right to the
dive.
barriers.
It's not a lot of room down there on the floor and drops him on the apron. Now, Eddie Devine, a former competitor, of course, you've been in these hallowed ropes. How
Absolutely.
important is gaining the first fall in this type of contest?
Well, I honestly have not fought at best 2 out of 3. But I would assume it's best to get the advantage as quick as you can.
But I mean, you've been in matches, you must know how to strategize. And the importance of kind of getting your victory, obviously getting your victory over your opponent. But considering you've got two, or potentially two other falls, oh, hang on, Tommy Cross catches it, and a power bomb! And this might end it. He might end the first fall quickly. Oh, wow.
And he just
That
gets
was
the
lovely.
shoulder up.
Tommy Cross caught him. Again, as I mentioned before, they fought a bunch of times back in March, April, you name it. We saw, you alluded to it earlier on, back in July, they signed the contract. Tommy Cross goes to try and brutalise Johnny Thunder. But here comes JD Wild, conspicuous by his absence, you'll notice. And
Don't be surprised if he doesn't turn up, man.
Well,
honestly.
yeah, I mean, anything's possible here at For Lycra.
All the videos packages that have been uploaded.
Yeah.
He's just been like.
What are
getting
those
more
about? Filled with
satanic,
religious, filled with
religious.
religious symbolism. He baptised Tommy Cross. What is that all about? I mean,
Try to
we've
get
got-
him more vicious.
hold
I
on,
assume?
trying to fold him up.
Oh,
Flips over. Rolls him across.
they're trying so hard to get that.
Oh, hold on! Locks him
armbar.
in that
But he's
Jujikatame,
right
that
close
cross
to
arm
the
lock.
ropes.
But you see, Johnny Thunder didn't get the arm fully straightened. Thankfully for him, was able to roll through it.
But let's face it, boys. Whoever gets the first fall is going to have the advantage psychologically. You know?
No
Yeah,
one-
that's it.
No one wants to be at a deficit.
No, because it makes your job so much harder. You've got that third one in your back pocket if you need it. But okay, I mean, it can go either way. Look at these stomps right to the chest. I mean, it's possible if you hit somebody the right way to make their heart pause for half a second. That could potentially. Oh, hold on, going for a condo clutch. And Johnny Thunder rolled out of it though. That's the thing, when you know your opponent so well, you're able to get out of their moves because you know what they're going to bring to the table.
Johnny Thunder looking for help from the fans there.
Well, he does feed off
And
them.
they're just knocking lumps out of each other.
They are. There's nothing pretty in this one. Reversal. Tommy Cross. Oh, back on the apron, hits the floor. Is Johnny Thunder going for a pescado? Nope, kicks him through the ropes.
Sends him into the barrier. Goes again, but
Yeah,
no,
over
he
the top
moves out of
rope.
the way.
Tommy Cross moved. Oh, wait!
no.
Oh, my God! And that
Another
is
power
twice. Johnny Thunder's tried like a flying hurricane rana. Tommy Cross has caught him. One powerbomb in the ring was bad, but one on the floor. And these aren't thick bats on the floor.
Look at Tommy Cross. He's regaining his energy. He's just catching his breath.
Well, he might as well. He's got a count of 10. Potentially longer than that as well. Johnny Thunder would be advised to take as much of that 10 count as he can before getting back in. But this benefits Tommy Cross because he can gain some breaths back.
Well, that's what I was mentioning.
Yeah.
That he just went in the ring and just laid down.
Yeah. That's the best thing he can do at this point. JD Weld has said that SOE is corrupt. It needs to be purged before it can be reborn.
Oh, God.
And that's obviously what he's looking to do with Johnny Thunder today.
JD
Right, no, he's
changed.
right.
JD has changed from last time I knew him.
Yeah. Oh,
and
and
he
he hits the
did
Jimmy
it.
Crusher.
That's got to be. Yes!
Yeah, that is it. So the first fall goes, and straight on him.
He's halfway there.
Doesn't even get a 30-second break. Referee trying to break them up.
Halfway there. Tommy
Now,
Cross
guys,
is.
I've got to ask this one because I was thinking this earlier on. Johnny Thunder's now lost the first fall. Tommy Cross can sit back slightly. He's got fall 3 in his back pocket. But does he ease off the gas pedal or does he go all out to make sure it's 2 falls straight?
I
Well,
think
me personally, I would go for a second right away. I mean,
like what he is doing
I
right
think
now.
he's about to, I think. But Johnny kicks out there. So you think for Tommy Cross, Jimmy, he should
Yeah.
be going all out to get the second fall?
definitely.
I
That
would
way
put-
they can all go home. Just once they get the job done, and go home.
Oh,
Oh,
come
they're
on!
reverberating around this historic building that is the Caird Hall.
Whips him
A
off
building
into the
that
corner.
is reverberated to the sounds of the Beatles,
Backbreaker.
to Billy Connolly, Motorhead, to Dame Nellie Melba, you name it. Oh, it's a goes for cover. The great and the good of entertainment have.
Beatles,
Yep.
the Rolling Stones.
They've
Led
all been
Zeppelin,
here
they've all
in
been here.
the
Frank
Caird
Sinatra.
Hall. Frank Sinatra, yeah, in Caird Hall, and of course, where better for
And-
somebody's help for like a
And let's not forget Jimmy Young.
well, let's try to, but we'll not though.
Goes for a back elbow, Tommy Cross.
Got him in the corner. And this is looking like it's Tommy Cross's second fall, I think. But Johnny Thunder, he's got a mountain to climb because he doesn't need to just win one fall, he's got to win 2 back to back. That's not an easy
Right,
task.
no chance.
Because if he beats him, if somehow Johnny Thunder gets the fall now, he's still got another one he needs to get right away. Johnny Thunder spinning the middle
Oh,
rope.
no.
He's an agile guy.
But I don't think he's in a good position. Oh no, he kicks
Kicks
Tommy
him
Cross
away,
off.
creates some distance. And if he can land something off the top, that could benefit him no end.
He's stuck on the top rope though. He comes back. Oh,
Because he's
no.
moving slower. Look at all he's gone through already.
This is a bad situation for the both of them.
Yeah, Krabby Cruncher ended the first fall for him. I mean, his head's
Did it
got to be reeling.
just as good as JD Wild did.
Well, I mean, that's who taught it to him. He's given him that move. Tommy Cross climbs
Oh,
up.
Belly, a belly
jeez.
suplex.
Right off the middle, and Johnny Thunder landed virtually 3/4 or more across the ring. What an impact on his body, though, guys.
Oh man, that was
Right in the turnbuckles with a German suplex.
World
Head
Star.
first. Again, more attack on the neck.
I'm sorry,
How?
that was probably the most brutal thing I've ever
What
seen.
the
in this
hell
match.
did happen there?
How did Johnny Thunder kick out of that?
Oh, my neck's hurting from watching that.
Now again, I think as a wrestler, if you've been around a while, your body somehow goes on autopilot after a while.
Well, it's adrenaline, Joe. Kicks
Yeah,
in.
and I think that was pure autopilot as he might get the fall over Tommy Cross, and he does!
1-0.
One apiece.
Fall number 2
You-
goes
they-
to Johnny
They
Thunder.
just need, both of them need that one victory to take it home.
They
And
do.
look at Johnny Thunder.
But now
he's,
Tommy Cross, the winner of the first fall, is now on the back foot.
he's getting the crowd behind him. He's all fired up.
And Johnny Thunder stamping that back foot.
Tommy
Is he
Cross
going to strike? Because he needs to strike
Doesn't
right
know where he
away.
is.
And you've
Clothesline.
got to think he's gaining a second wind here.
Whips him off.
He's
but
not
no,
forgotten the
countered.
back car.
Goes up and over.
There's agility. Johnny Thunder comes charging back and nails him right in the midsection.
Headbutts
Johnny
him.
Thunder loves these fans. They love him. He doesn't want to play to them too much. He's just stay on this. Cross caught him.
Oh,
Tommy Cross caught him. And hangs him out to dry.
but no, he's stuck on that apron. Got to be careful.
He's caught him there. What's he going for?
Goes
Slides
under
through
the
rope.
legs.
And kicks him out
Kicks
the
him
ring.
over.
That's innovative. Good move by Johnny Thunder.
Gets him out of the. Oh no. Oh no. Goes right at him.
Tommy Cross moved though. And both moving a little slower after all they've taken. I'm not surprised.
Oh no.
Right on the apron!
Right on the hardest part of the ring here.
A DDT on his bad enough, but a slingshot DDT.
Oh man, that was brutal. They're all going.
Wow.
They're going all out. And you can hear the
Well,
crowd.
They've gone all out the ring to the floor. And they know what's at stake. They follow Uprising every week on Vimeo. They watch the episodes, they're at the events live. They understand the animosity and the history between these two men. And they know it's best of 3 falls. And whoever gets to the next pinfall or submission, or even DQ or counter, if it comes to that, guys, is going to get the
I
victory.
mean, a win's a win. No.
It is.
Actually, I love this format. I really do.
The 2 out of 3 falls.
Yeah.
I mean, you
love
get more value, don't you?
it. More value for your money here.
I do think as well, it does mean that you earn your victory.
Oh,
Getting that
absolutely.
sneaky pinfall doesn't really apply because you've got to gain it again, and doing it twice and back to back is a difficult thing.
Oh, but
Tommy Cross has collapsed on the floor. He's barely
Now,
got it. And Johnny Thunder's
this-
broken it up.
was this the right decision?
I mean, I think if you're Johnny Thunder, considering all he's gone through thanks to Tommy Cross, he
to beat
wants
him one more
to get.
time.
Well, I
Yeah.
think he wants to defeat him convincingly.
Yeah.
Get that clean victory over him. Wait, he's.
Charges right at him.
Oh, go
no,
for that
this is a big
flatliner.
mistake.
But Tommy Cross caught him.
Oh, snake eyes.
Lawn darts him right in that middle turnbuckle. And Johnny Thunder is reeling. Oh,
That
wow!
was a brutal
That
clothesline.
was devastating.
That's knocked his head off
One,
his shoulders.
two.
This is going to end it. No, he doesn't.
No.
I thought it was going to be it. I honestly thought Tommy Cross was doing everything in that clothesline, yet Johnny Thunder still
Johnny Thunder
kicks out.
was barely standing before the clothesline hit, and that's why I thought that was it. Because he was barely standing before the clothesline hit. I thought that
was.
finished him.
Do you know what, guys? I really do think the crowd are giving Johnny Thunder a lift here.
Yes, he feeds them and they love this guy. And he definitely benefits from hearing them chanting his name.
Oh,
Just fighting, trying to get his victory for them.
Whoa!
Wow, lovely move!
What a move!
Slides through and hits that low angle German suplex, covers.
No!
But
I'm
not
so
enough weight on that.
How
right
close was
shoulder.
that?
It was really close though. It was really close, and I think that's testament to how much damage Johnny Thunder's taking. So necessarily thinking straight. They caught that. German.
Oh,
Hold on, a roll up, fold them in half.
Oh!
Nearly got it. Oh, and lands it, and that's practically
night,
Johnny
Vienna.
Thunder's own move.
Oh!
Wow! Wow!
Going to be insult to injury there.
That was a hair's breadth. You can put a cigarette paper under Johnny Thunder's shoulder there. That's how close it was.
And Johnny using the ropes to
He needs
regain
to.
his...
Oh, takes him down, kicks the kneecaps out from under him,
Oh.
gets him in the chin from a short distance. And there he is, the curb stomp. Turnabout's fair play. Oh, wow!
my
I
Rope, he's on the rope.
I was wondering, was he close enough? And clearly, what great ring awareness from Tommy Cross. Now think about it, guys. JD Wells has been part of SWE for quite a while. He's obviously going to have passed on his knowledge and experience to Tommy Cross, you think,
Why
right?
wouldn't you want to learn from JD White?
But yeah, of course.
It's only going to make Tommy Cross a better wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh, sweeps him.
Oh,
Goes
double
for
foot
a
stomp. I'd go for that condo clutch yet again.
It's done.
And he
Oh,
hoists him
that's
up and just shaking like a rag doll.
Oh,
But he rolls out of it yet again. Rolls straight in the ankle lock. And can Tommy Cross get the ropes?
Oh no.
Oh, he's great fighting it.
Oh no.
What will Tommy Cross do? How
Got to
close
get
to
the
the
ropes.
ropes?
He's got to get the ropes.
He's so
Very
good.
tight.
And he's a miss.
Oh.
And Johnny Thunder gets your third and deciding fall.
Via submission, Johnny Thunder.
What a superb victory, what a superb match. But I've got a question, does this end the hostilities from these two men? Because there's still JD Weld in the background. How is he going to take to his man losing?
Is he in the
Johnny
building?
Thunder?
Could it be another Ian Ambrose moment where he
Well-
disappears here?
It is entirely possible, anything could happen. But even if he's not, he's going to hear about this. And he's surely going to be annoyed. Surely he's going to want some revenge on Johnny Thunder, right?
do you think he... I don't think he'd be very happy with Tommy Cross either.
No, I don't think so.
Who knows what JD will do next? He's off the walls, you know.
Yeah, totally is. See, Tommy Cross can see the frustration. He gave a good accounting of himself, but the man with anger management issues, he may have stolen the fun from Johnny Thunder, but frankly it backfired on him in the worst way possible by a more serious Johnny Thunder getting the pinfall and the submission to win the best 2 or 3 falls match here at Hell for Lycra. Well, here's one that I've been looking forward to, guys, because it pits two opposing ideologies against each other. On one side of the fence, you've got the men that are about to barely probably fit through the curtain alone by the size of them. You've got two guys who are all about size and all about physiques. I mean, look at these. You've got the original Craig Stevens in white and the alpha male, a man dressed in black, the same colour as his heart. Two absolute giants who think that size is all that's important in professional wrestling. But their opponents,
Craig Stevens and the Alpha Male.
yep, those two huge muscled men. And their opponents are guys who prefer the speed and agility and sometimes, Eddie Devine, the fun-loving side of things.
Well, I mean, that's what the school of like rejected luchadors, like I think it's fair to say that they can be quite ridiculous at times.
I mean, I think that the very good Mr. Yunji Maki has tried to rein them in at times.
Yes.
They have played up. I mean, we saw him face him in a gauntlet match back at one of the SW showcases back in February. Just to try and keep them in line, because they can't get out of hand, like every unruly school class.
Absolutely.
And it's ironic, considering that the Caird Hall is used for graduation ceremonies for different unis and colleges, so we've got a school involved in this contest.
Yes.
But Stevens, I think one of the fastest rating stars of Scottish wrestling, a physical specimen, works out permanently, as does the Alpha Male. Works out so much he's got his own fitness studio, 24/7, 365. The Alpha Male is lifting those heavy weights, and look at the size of him.
What's this? Oh my goodness.
Well, what do you expect from the school for rejected
Oh
luchadors?
my goodness.
Dynamico, Randomico, Bochico, and Lil Atomico, who I insist is just a very short man. Either he's just standing far away, I can't tell. And here comes the headmaster. It's the very good Mr. Yunji Maki, the head of the school for rejected luchadors. A school he formed at the end of last year. And this is the first Hell for Lycra for the school. And hang on a second, what's...
Making their way to the ring is the very good Mr. Yunji Maki.
He's changed the music.
Accompanied by the
Oh,
school.
This is wait, no, surely it's not. And Maki, hold on. Maki's wearing the gold beak.
Is this a return of one of his old personas?
It's looking very much like it.
That
I
beak
think-
is a thing of beauty.
I think that the Hell for Lycra is about to see the end of the very good Mr. Yunji Maki, and I think we're seeing the return of Mega Maki Z! Oh my god! The very good Mr. Yunji Maki. He's been doing stripteases in his matches, and here's the ultimate striptease. He has released his inner drag queen that he calls upon when his powers aren't strong enough
Oh my goodness.
to defeat his enemies. And Maki Z, Mega Maki Z back, makeup, outfit, wings and all.
Well,
And
I mean-
you've got to think Stevens and the Alpha Male have never encountered anything like this, and they didn't prepare for this.
I mean, if you're going to rebrand yourself or bring an old form of yourself back, I guess the Caird Hall is the place to do it.
Wow, yeah, some of the things the Caird Hall has seen. The SW's been going... We're trying to be impartial, thanks to Amigo, but yes. A promotion established in 2001, an SWE, now resounding to the appearance of Mega Maki Z. And poor Jimmy's found that his position has been covered in all of the School for Random Luchadors, or Rejected Luchadors, sorry, outfits. It's hard to keep track of what's going on. Sombreros and flags and goodness knows what all else.
Clearly, Jimmy Young's been shown no respect by the
No.
luchadors.
Although I'm going to say, Jimmy, I think you would suit one of those sombreros with that shirt.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. That smaller one across there, I think it'd be perfect for you.
Well, I've only got a small head, so
Oh, well then, ideal.
unlike you two, a couple of big heads.
Wow.
I've never been
Nice
so
jawline under
excited
that.
in my life.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, you need to get out more.
Listen to...
It's not head for Lycra, it's hell for Lycra here. And like, we've got a whole...
It doesn't like a bit of head. Come on.
Clearly for outthinking
Oh.
your opponents, you're meaning Jimmy.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, of course. Now, I've got to ask, fellas, you know the Rejected Luchadors better than me, who's involved in this match?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. It
Because
could
there's
be
like
anybody.
4 or 5 of them. There's 2 of the opponents. And that's what this has all been about. Now, we saw the Luchadors getting attacked. Bochico was attacked backstage back in June.
Well, my money's on him.
And, what, getting beaten up or being in the match?
Not being in the match.
Well, I
Well,
did
I mean,
imagine.
it
You
was
think Bochico's going to be in it? Well,
all
they're
5
all on
of
the
them.
apron. There's 5 people and they're all standing on the apron.
Well, how was that fair? Where's the fairness there?
Well, Lisbon, after intense investigation, we
Well, I
discovered
mean-
it was Craig Stevens that did the attack. And it was apparently the alpha male has put a hit out on all the luchas because he does like small little men doing flips. He's all about the size, all about the power. A man that's like what 6'4" or so, a good 266 pounds.
But look at the size of that guy.
Mackie hasn't used his speed. Went for the bicycle kick. If it's all over. The alpha male has one move and you're finished. Whoa, Mackie's caught him. Sorry, Mega Mackie's he's caught him. And I've got to think that the alpha male finds a man dressed the way that Mackie is, makeup outfit, probably a bit off-putting. I mean, I'm not saying that the alpha male's not securing himself, but he's not going to enjoy grappling with men dressed like that, surely. I mean, alpha male.
It's mind games, isn't it?
Well, it is, yeah. I mean, with Mackie, is it mind games or reality? I can never tell with the very good Mr. Yunji Mackie. Or should I say the very good Mega Mackie Z, as he has brought back his inner drag queen. Here comes Randomico.
This guy's good. This guy is good.
Arguably the most athletic member of the rejected luchadors. Now, he encountered the alpha male and Craig Stevens last week at the student showcase, and it came a cropper on the floor. And they can't outpower the two large men.
I actually was not at the student showcase because the SWE couldn't afford my wages that week.
Oh, I see, okay. Maybe that's why I wasn't there either. Eddie, you were there though, were you just spectating?
I was just a spectator.
Let's not ask about how much you're charging for this, Eddie Devine.
Eddie pays them to let them do it.
Oh, I see. Oh, right, okay, it all comes clear now.
That's not how it is.
Okay, that's, okay, well, we'll gloss over that. So, I mean, already the luchadors are on the back foot.
I mean, we talked about there being a disadvantage for Craig Stevens and the alpha male, but to be honest, they just count up for the numbers with their size, to be honest.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah. What do they lack physically to make up for in pure mass and the
look
power?
For example,
Look, he's popped him into the air. Oh, good move. Rolls him into that sunset flip here. Randomico nearly ended it. And Stevens and the alpha are in bad enough moods as it is. Whoa!
Big drop kick.
Now, Jimmy, I'm going to give you there. He's got a ton of potential. Drop kick right in the kisser there. That's good height he gets. I think he could be the breakout member.
I think if that guy hit the gym, got himself a wee bit bigger, he's a bit light at the moment.
He's lean, yeah, he's lean.
Yeah, but he needs to get in the gym, and that guy's going to be a star.
Well, they could ask Stevens and the alpha male because they do a lot
Oh,
of
man,
work.
here's Dynamico. He's the big guy.
He is. And here's a cool thing, guys. You've got apparently all 5 of the luchadors, but every one of them's different.
Yeah.
So Dynamico is a bigger, slower moving guy. Look, he's almost eye to eye with.
The size of the guy.
But Randomico is tall but leaning a lot faster, so you're having to adjust your strategy because it's all different guys.
Correct.
Every match. And it's taking 2 of them to beat down Dynamico.
I'll tell you what, Joe, this is the first time I've ever heard you make a good point, and you've made it very well. So I must say, well done.
Well, it's a first of everything. Thank you, Jimmy. It's nice to get your praise. I'll get that in written format, please.
I just tell the truth, mate, honestly.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. So Craig
he's
Stevens.
just bullying Atomico.
Now, Atomico lacks everything. Size, weight. Again, I don't know if he's just a small man, if he's just a tall man standing
he
far
just
away.
stands right on his foot.
Well, that's using your intelligence. Mackie's been teaching them, right?
Oh, just shoves him down on the ground.
And Craig Stevens is a cocky man.
Oh, no.
He really is.
Here's a big man.
Oh, he didn't realise he'd come in.
Pick on someone your own size.
And there's the power of Dynamico, sending the original Craig Stevens, he likes to call himself. Oh, going to see some double teaming here. Of course, you've got a count of 5.
Elevated leg drop.
That's like 3 legs, 4 if you include Dynamico's legs. Nearly got the pinfall there, as each one of those is about the size of 2 normal legs. And this is good fluidity. And I'd have thought the school's going to have better fluidity. Oh, nice Enzugiri. Better than Stevens and the alpha male. Oh, atomic drop. Holding him in place for another Enzugiri.
Wait a minute, guys. How is this fair? How is this fair?
That
2
they're
against
both in
1
at
there.
once. Well, you get a count of 5 to get out the
Count
ring.
of 5 in about 5 minutes here.
It is the ref's discretion.
Mackie.
He can count slow, Mackie with the breakfast launcher.
I think the referee is slow.
I mean, the answer to that would be protein powder and raw eggs. Oh, caught.
The strength
You
of
don't have the
alpha
body
male.
weight for the alpha male.
Oh, Lion.
That is like you or me throwing a pillow across the room. For the alpha male, so powerful. When he grabs you, it's curtains. Obviously stylish drapes for Mackie, but it's curtains anyway, because he's so powerful.
Just throws
The
him
alpha
into
male.
the corner.
Yep, started his training back 2011, and he's wrestled all over Scotland, not as regularly as some of these guys, but like he just hits a couple of moves and the match is over. Like he's that powerful.
Tags Craig Stevens back in.
They're showing good teamwork, good quality. I assume they've worked out together and trained for this contest. And again, I don't know which of the two they prepared for in the school for rejected luchadors. I think they have to pay for all of them.
Oh, just taking out some of the luchadors along the way.
Yes, it's a clothesline. Craig Stevens trying to clear the area a bit. Hoists up Mackie, Northern Light
Bang.
suplex. Going for a splash off the middle ropes. The alpha male like a form of the Vader bomb, but it's pure power that he lands, tied made to Craig Stevens. And they really want to isolate somebody and get the better of him if they can. And they've trapped Mega Mackie Z. Apparently it's the more powerful form of the very good Mr. Yuji Mackie, but it's not really being shown right now, sadly. I'm charging it. Oh, ran the back elbow.
Mackie's still showing some fight.
Mackie, the most experienced man in this contest, takes Stevens' leg from under him and kicks him in the head. And see, Stevens cleverly rolls to the corner, and Mackie tags in Randomico, who, see, he's a powerfully built lad but can't move, the alpha male.
Oh, that's strength.
Choke bomb, choke bomb. The alpha male has got hold of him. Like, running into the alpha male is a bit like clotheslining a marble pillar, I would think. Forearm by. We'll see that one forearm knock Randomico down. That's the power of Craig Stevens. I mean, he was over in the United States back in September last year, wrestled over there, trained at the Team Vision Dojo with the likes of the living legend Larry Zbyszko, if you know who that is.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, Randomico may be about to hit the ceiling because the alpha male's about to do a choke slam. Oh!
Wait, he's grabbed the
Randomico's
head.
trying to fight out, and he's applied.
A guillotine choke?
Yeah, it was, but the alpha male broke it easily. Oh, here comes Dynamico.
Oh, but just stops
Wow,
Craig
sledgehammered
Stevens.
him. That's the good thing I said about the school. They each bring something different to this contest.
Correct.
And it's hard for Stevens and the alpha male to entirely strategize.
I don't think I've ever seen a luchador that size before.
I mean, there are larger men in Mexico, it has to be said. Not many in the UK, to be fair. Oh! The power of the alpha male! And he,
Just
now,
can't lift him.
Dynamico moved his body weight because the alpha male didn't get a full grip, so he shifted himself and he slipped.
That was clever.
He's going to be sweaty as well. It's a good move by Dynamico. Clearly he has been learning from Mackie, and that's going to annoy alpha male. How many guys does he not be able to pick up easily? Very few.
Really,
it's
the
a matter
strength
of
of that
pride.
guy is phenomenal.
It is. I mean, he's a narcissist. Physically, like how he looks, and also in his wrestling. He wants
Do you know
to.
what, Joe? I think you're just jealous because he's a good-looking
What is
guy.
this?
He's got everything.
Oh.
You're just jealous. You've not got his good looks.
I mean, in fairness, Jimmy, I haven't taken my shirt off just for that purpose. I will refrain from pleasing everybody here.
I refuse
They're all
to take
facing
mine off
away.
because it's a thing of beauty.
It's a thing, certainly, yes. But let's not compare bodies. Maybe backstage, Jimmy, but not when the alpha male's around.
Completely just...
Now, hold on. The Stevens and the alpha male Dynamico are on the floor. Are we going to see some sort of dive? Oh, no, the referee's saying no. Probably a safety risk. You know what these venues are like. Stevens faces an apron. Well, they wanted a dive, but the ref said no. Oh, all five of them are going to do it. Does that make it any better?
Oh my goodness. Oh, no way.
No, the referee's having none of it. Well, that's good to hear.
I would love to see Dynamico go over that top
Hold
rope.
on, Botico's going for a pescado
No
or a
way.
planche off the top. His footing's not always at the best.
This is payback time. This is payback time.
So Botico falls, but lands on his opponents. I think more out of luck than any ability.
I'd say that's a success.
For him, yes.
That is payback time for the attack.
Mackie upstairs.
Oh no.
He can fly with the best of them. What will he go for? Oh, it lands the halo!
Yeah, wow.
Takes out his own
And
trainee.
A toe picking halo is obviously a dive with a twist, just in case you're unfamiliar with lucha terms. But lands the halo, sacrifice indeed made. I mean, it's botchical, let's be honest. But he still knocks down the alpha male and Craig
Here
Stevens.
goes Randomico.
Randomico. Oh, and he hits a Sasuke special! Named after the great Sasuke. Cartwheel into the backflip. That was impressive. And again, there's not a lot of room between the ring and the apron and the barriers.
Are we really going to see this?
No way.
No way.
No way. That would be the
Randomico.
Well, he dove to the floor as a dive of some kind.
Well, I mean,
Now hold on, what are they going for?
simple but effective.
Oh, and he lands a little man. And Dramico lands the fat man.
That's all you need.
Do you know, I thought I felt the whole Kurt Hall move there.
He may well have done, but here comes Randomico. Oh, shit, star press!
Star!
That's the impressive man. And now Mackie climbing a corner.
Come on, is this overkill? Big leg drop.
Wow.
Mackie.
The sexy man, I'm guessing that's called. If it's not, it will be now. Mega Mackie's here with the cover. But if he'd gone for that pinfall right away, that may have been a different matter entirely.
Craig Stevens slowly climbing back up to his
And
corner.
he knows the alpha male. Because the problem with the alpha male is that his stamina is terrible. Oh, and he hits the Z13. Sorry, the Misty Flip, too many moves. Hits the Misty Flip. The alpha male stamina over the long term is really poor. He's good over the short term, and we've passed the short term, and Stevens knows this. Oh no! He's gone hooked up for that choke bomb, and he's just throttling him.
Oh, but he escapes.
Mackie gets out somehow, and look, he's stumbling.
But
Makes a tag.
That was very smart. Good ring awareness.
It was, but that was out of desperation more than anything else. Now the faster man of the team. Stevens' power, I've seen him throw bigger.
Oh!
Ow! And he lands what looks like a Northern Lights DDT and covers Mega Mackie's E, who kicks out.
Oh, and he's getting very angry now.
Stevens has a bit of a temper problem when things aren't going his way, and it's showing.
Well, I mean, I would be frustrated if I had to fight 5 people as
Exactly, I
well.
was just going to make that point already.
Yeah.
It's a very good point.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness to Craig Stevens, yes, you're right. They didn't know, they signed up for a tag match, but they foolishly signed to take on the School for Rejected Luchadors.
Oh,
which,
is it? No.
Which is
I
a lot of guys.
I meant 2 of them, not the entire
Oh, he moved! Yeah, for you, the bicycle kick.
Oh!
And they've all piled on him! They've trapped the alpha male!
Come on!
Oh, an inside cradle! Stevens' shoulders are down!
No
And
way.
Mackie's he got the pin! Mega Mackie's he pinned the original Craig Stevens, but he kicked out right after the 3. Let's just make it official. I mean, Stevens saying he kicked out on 3, but it was after the 3 count was made, and it took all the luchadors to pin down the alpha male's legs. 2 men per tree trunk, basically, and Mackie with that inside cradle. What a brilliant victory for the School for Rejected Luchadors in their inaugural Hell for Lycra. And the worst part is Mackie's been in a lot of tags at Hell for Lycra in the past 3. He's lost the ball, but not anymore. And here they come. The alpha male chasing him backstage. Craig Stevens is furious, but regardless, they work together well. Mackie's teaching has come together. A great victory for the School for Rejected Luchadors.
Hell for Lycra 13. Likes Tetrax. Hell for Lycra 14. Ryan Severn. Hell for Lycra 15. Colt Cabana. Now do you see the pattern here? Whoever I face at Hell for Lycra is no longer with the SWE. Now Brian, I know you're trying to be a hero. I know you're trying to impress your fans. but it's not worth it, man. If you turn up to hell for Lycra 16, you too will also disappear from the SWE.
Well, here comes a man on a purpose. It is the Riot Chris James. And he's a man who feels he has a lot to prove.
Contest is a special guest referee match, and it will be officiated by your referee, Brian Douglas. First of all, making his way to the ring, you have the Riot, Chris James.
4 years been competing in SWB. Was a Hell for Lycra 13 a couple of years ago. He teamed up with Darren Blair and Scotty Ricio, who of course are fighting over the World Heavyweight Championship tonight. And Chris James feels he should have had those opportunities. He should be fighting for the World Championship, but he hasn't had it.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, I'll tell you, I've seen a huge difference in attitude on Chris James as well over the last few months.
Yes.
I think he's starting to feel the frustration of...
Yeah, oh, I totally believe so. And again, I think that was born in the article in the Evening Telegraph back in July that involved this man that we're about to have come to the ring. The ultra popular People's Choice Brian Christie. Chris James hated the fact that Christie was in that newspaper article. Felt that he didn't deserve the press.
His challenger, making his way to the ring, the People's Choice, Brian Christie.
You know, Joe, this guy's come right through the SWE training school. He's come right through the ranks in the past year as well.
Oh, definitely. He's one of the most popular trainees and one of the most hard-working as well.
And he's got a fan club in the audience here.
Indeed. So his first Hell for Lycra, certainly his first singles match at Hell for Lycra. Chris James the past couple of years has been in three-way matches. And of course has had mixed fortunes in them. And I've got to question what, if any, effect in this match Brian Douglas is going to have.
Yeah, I don't trust the guy. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
He's guest ref. He's going to call it down the middle, we would assume.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Brian Christie has got all the crowd on his side. They all love the People's Choice. That is why he is the People's Choice. Chris James, will he start a riot? If he beats Brian Christie, he might well do. But he's had, a big steer, I think, Chris James. He was in that six-way to crown the first hardcore champion in September last year. Didn't work out in his favour. Got knocked out at the Future Division Championship Tournament by Scotty Ricio, who did go on to become the heavyweight champion, so that's something impressive.
Oh.
And he challenged the Dead Cell for the tag titles back in June, but Scotty Ricio left him to his fate.
Chris James going to work right away on
He
Brian
really is,
Christie
yeah.
here.
I think he wants to make an example of Brian Christie.
Welcome to the big school. That's what he said.
He is, yeah. Of course, here's the thing, and Eddie, if you've ever had a guest ref in a match, you've got to wonder how they're going to call it, because every referee calls a match a bit differently. And a guest ref might not be as stringent in some respects, or maybe even more stringent.
Or impartial.
Well, exactly, yeah, they might be more biased, but I mean, would he be biased?
If you want me to be completely honest with you, he's family. Of course he's going to be biased.
Family, who? Who are you talking about?
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm nothing with Brian Douglas. So,
Brian Douglas,
yeah.
he could be either great or terrible. You
Well,
can never
hopefully-
tell what Brian Douglas you're going to see.
Hopefully he's great at his refereeing tonight. I assume he's not got enough experience at it. But that changes the dynamic for Chris James, because now he's got to watch for a potentially inexperienced ref. And as anybody who's wrestled will know, a great referee makes all the difference. They catch all the little things.
But the thing
Something's
is,
good or bad.
the history with Brian Douglas is, who knows? Is he going to turn back into Crew? Who knows?
Well, it's possible. Hopefully he calls it in the middle tonight, and we get a clean match.
Well, you could only hope.
Certainly Brian Christie's struggling a lot here. Chris James is having his way with him. Throttling in the middle. And look, he throttles him, and he can goad the crowd, basically saying, look, I've got the better of your guy. Landing upon him. Crowd firmly on Brian Christie's side. Oh, kicking that rope
kick.
into his face.
Rope.
Because Christian's a bit of a brawler. We've had that born out. And now,
Okay.
here's a brilliant example of it.
Oh, look at this deliberately slow
Oh,
count.
what's going on here?
Now, Brian Douglas, I mean,
What did I tell you? You can't
Oh,
trust the guy.
look, he's choking him and he didn't see it.
is it the case that with that pinfall, he just genuinely didn't notice? Because, I mean, if you're a ref for the first time being in this ring at an iconic venue like this, you maybe just didn't notice it, like I was saying.
But then
The
the
count
was extremely slow.
That's the first call.
How obvious was that? Come on.
To play devil's advocate, as long as your count is consistent, it doesn't matter how fast or slow it is. And that's the first one we've done. It'll be the next one that we see. If he keeps the same cadence, can you argue with that?
Right, let's
I mean,
see what happens here.
Look at this again.
One. Oh, come on, this is terrible.
I mean, if that's just the cadence he counts,
Now-
you can't argue. If he starts speeding up
Oh,
and slowing
come
down.
on, do you really agree with that?
Well, I mean, I
you
will
believe
personally
that?
say it's a really slow count.
If-
But is that on purpose, or is that just because he's a slow counter?
He's slow anyway, I know that.
If you don't have experience as a ref, it's a hard thing to do.
Well, what's he doing there then?
Well, I mean, I assume, what would this be, Braveheart's call? He's his general manager, right? I guess he must make the final say.
I'd say it's a conspiracy
Now, Brian
Against-
Christie, I mean,
against Chris the Riot James.
it's possible. Brian Christie firing back, hits that drop kick. And here's a question I've got to ask. How much is that body armour affecting Chris James, and why is he allowed to wear it?
It does seem like a good advantage on his side. But
Oh, kick to the back of the skull, there's no body armour there. A hard head, possibly.
Look at that one!
look at that! No.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Right,
Now,
come on.
As I said, if you're consistent, it's fine. But he's sped that count up. Now it looks like he's favouring Brian
It's
Christie.
a dumb conspiracy against the Riot Chris James.
It's looking very much like it. It's looking very much.
Oh,
it hits the cutter.
Lights out.
Hits the cutter, but he's unable to make that immediate
Did you see
pinfall.
Brian Douglas's reaction now? Had his
Oh,
head in his hand.
look! And he pushed Brian Christie's foot. Too many Brians in this match. He pushed it further, and he's basically saying you can't get the fall because he's under the ropes. Chris James is wasting time and energy rolling him out the way.
Oh, this is
for
ridiculous.
goodness
Somebody do
sake.
something here.
Brian Christie kicking out. This is clearly biased in Christie's favour. Christie's not a guy that would normally engender a biased official. He's a hard-working guy. He's a nice guy.
I
He's the
don't
people's
think you
champion.
would want this, to be honest.
Wrestling, I mean, we said before, he's worked hard at his wrestling. And if you've read the article in the Evening Telegraph, you'll know. Oh, wow, it's going to end here. Hits that Uranagi. That's his signature move.
Oh, and
But
Chris
doesn't end
James.
it. Doesn't end it.
Do you know what the Riot's going to have to do here? He is going to have to knock him out to win this.
That or a
Because-
submission where you clearly can't count slow on that. And I wonder, is Brian Christie complicit in this, or is this as much of a surprise to him as it is to us?
I think he's
Oh,
in on it.
another Uranagi.
Oh!
Oh!
He just low blowed the people's choice. There's a car. Surely we're not. Oh, gee, what the hell?
What is going
Spoiling
on?
it.
I
That
don't-
grin
what?
across Chris James's face. Let's not even call attention to this pathetic act of refereeing. This pathetic refereeing.
The Riot, Chris James.
Tonight, Hell for Lycra 16 goes down on the night that Chris James couldn't beat a man who's still at trainee level. This former future division champion needed the help of a frankly god-awful
Referee.
pathetic refereeing, a
I'm
biased official to pull the wool over everybody's
I'm
eyes.
very confused as well.
Chris James should be ashamed of himself, needing help winning a match. No disrespect to Brian Christie. A pair of Uranagis he was on the verge of winning,
But
and Chris
also-
James had to take a low blow, obviously, on Brian Douglas onto Brian Christie to get that victory after hitting the car. He's grinning
look
smug,
at his smug.
smugly. He's nothing to smile about.
Oh, he's
But
loving
right
it.
there, wrongly,
He's loving out, Chris
After
James.
being knocked out with 2 triple threats over the past couple of years, the Riot Chris James defeats the People's Choice here at Hell for Lycra.
Alex Kavanagh, I want you to come to my city. You might have experienced an uprising, but you haven't had the true Dundee experience till you've been to hell for Lycra. Come and see the sights. Take in the culture. And feel the experience. They say you have an SWE experience till you've been humbled by Felix Fortune in front of thousands of people in the Caird Hall. Alex Kavanagh, I want you to have that experience. So I'm going to expect to see you right here on the 31st of August at Hell for Lycra. And if you need an extra bit of incentive, well, I've had a word with the SWE management and I have managed to secure ourselves an SWE World Heavyweight title #1 contender match.
So the invitation was put out by Felix Fortune for the one-man war machine Alex Kavanagh to turn up on the 31st of August in the Caird Hall, Dundee for Hell for Lycra. Now Felix, you spoke to management and you made it a #1 contender match for the SWE World Heavyweight title. Mate, you didn't need that, because I would have fought you regardless. In the last uprising, you had a little catastrophe and you went down for the 1, 2, 3 in front of thousands of screaming SWE fans. I'm going to knock you out.
Oh, I love this tune. Listen to this tune, Joe. It just makes you want to dance.
Well, please don't, Jamie. We have a job to do here. But you're
Can't
right.
help it.
It's a song. Everybody knows who this signifies. It is the arrival of Felix Fortune. Of course, a man most these days in the tag ranks as part of Fortune 500. But I mean, he's no slouch. Former heavyweight champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a #1 contender match. It is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing one half of Fortune 500, Felix Fortune.
Hugo Harris, conspicuous by his absence, has to be said. And you heard what Felix Fortune had to say, that he wanted to give Alex Kavanagh the full experience, and so he's made this a #1 contenders match. And considering the fate of the World Heavyweight Championship will be decided here at Hell for Lycra tonight, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be walking away as the potential next challenger for that. Will it be Felix Fortune, or is it going to be the man that's about to emerge from backstage, the one-man war machine, Alex Kavanagh? His music supplied by the fantastic Arno Corps. He's dedicating this match to Franco Colombo, and hopefully he does him proud if he can get that victory over Felix Fortune to become the new #1 contender. Oh, Felix Fortune jumping Alex Kavanagh before the bell and being him down. As he launches Kavanagh off the ropes. This is Fortune's home company. He's been part of SB for a long time.
Big forearm.
But Kavanagh only debuted back in February 2019 here in the SWE, but he's been wrestling for a good few years, since 2007. Originally a humorous comedy character, but he got really serious thanks to the late Drew McDonald, who put him on a more serious path. He's had some good success in the west of Scotland, and he's got the potential to walk away as the new #1 contender. Felix Fortune. Oh, hang on. This could be his. Oh, no. Russian legs. He's obviously done that. The reverse and drops him on his face first and gained victories that way. But a cocky man is Felix Fortune.
I love that guy.
Oh,
I
it's the
love it.
accumulator elbow. And that's a lot of trauma to the chest, to the heart. That could be really dangerous for Cameron against the feet
That
up.
was very smart.
Now remember, back in July of 2019, these two men met each other 1-on-1. Thanks to KG Nitro, the match eventually went in Felix Fortune's favour, although Cav did dominate the contest.
So there has been a bit of needle over the past few months with Alex Kavanagh. That's the way he says it, Kavanagh.
It's Kavanagh.
It's Kavanagh.
I've known Kavanagh for a number of years. It's Kavanagh.
Yeah. Well, there's been a bit of needle over the last few months with Felix Fortune and Kavanagh.
Yeah, of course.
So it's finally coming to head tonight here at Hell for Lycra.
Oh, nearly got it there. Remember Kavanagh's first match in SW? Do you remember who it was against, guys?
Kavanagh.
Yeah. It was against Hugo Harris, the other half of Fortune 500.
Right.
So Kavanagh's short, as it's been so far, SB career, has been tied up with Fortune 500. Obviously, Felix wants to put him firmly in his place. Bankrupt, probably.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're talking about Hugo Harris, conspicuous by his absence.
He is.
Well, he's over in Thailand at the moment taking care of some business for Felix Fortune.
Is this involved?
He's got a lot of business interests. He's a very wealthy man.
He's got Cav set on that middle turnbuckle.
Going for a suplex. Superplex.
Superplex, yeah.
Oh, but Kavanagh fighting, pushes him off.
He is. Oh, Hurricane Rana! Didn't even get it as Chris as he might have wanted, but he's got him down. Cav's got a whole bunch of cool moves. And he just nailed him, big mistake!
Whips Felix Fortune off.
Oh,
spinning heel
leg,
kick.
yeah. What do you call it? It was effective. Kavanagh in for the cover, about to end this contest, I think. Hold it. Oh!
Well, wait a minute!
Nitro!
KG Nitro!
We mentioned him earlier, and like, God, is it a case of he mentioned he turns up? Now, the problems these two have had, he's been most of Alex Kavanagh's SW matches.
Speak of the devil. He shall appear, but watch her behind
Oh!
He takes KG
Big
out.
cover, Nitro!
Oh,
Drop kick by Kavanagh. Didn't get as much hype, but then the punishment, he's taken no surprise.
Try to get the hype behind the crowd.
Big fan of both Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sid Vicious. Is Alex Kavanagh the wrestler, not the musician? Oh, lovely move! Hit that rolling Piscador out of the ring. He's not called the one-man war machine for nothing.
Taking both people out.
Yeah,
Goes to throw Felix Fortune back into the ring.
well, that is his scheduled opponent. Remember back in June he beat the very good Mr. Ewan G. Mackey, Luke Aldridge and KG Nitro in a four-way. So, inside cradle! This could end the contest here. Kavanagh nearly taken unawares. Slapping him about. Trading blows. Who's going to go down off the back of this? Oh, Fortune's grabbed him. Kavanagh elbowing his way out. Guess what happens when you wrestle somebody before? Oh, he's going to nail him. Went for the catastrophe. Oh! Uranagi slams him down. Oh, and a shoulder up. I thought that was it.
And you could see the regret of Felix Fortune's face not putting his full weight back. You
He did.
saw him just like the frustration. He had it.
Felix just measuring him, charges in. Cav for the spinning kick. And it is, it's the total recall. It sends him flying. Cav looking, pressing away across the shoulders.
Oh
Felix
my
Fortune kicks out.
goodness.
Well, again, Fortune's been a success in SW in the past. So,
Well, do you know, Joe, he started out, I remember he actually started out as a ring announcer.
oh, really? Okay.
Very good one at that. Then he just worked his way up to the great man he is today.
Is that how he accumulated his fortune?
Yeah.
Is there
well,
that much money in ring announcing? Oh, there's a catastrophe.
This could be it.
He rolls over.
KJ.
Oh, Nitro hops on the apron and the ref breaks the count to get rid of him. He's not even supposed to be out here.
This is a
Why is there not security getting rid of him? And this is just meaning that Cav is taking his eyes off the ball.
Disadvantage on Cav's part because KJ Nitro is here. And look.
Oh, that could be a DQ for Fortune. Cav waffled on with the big mistake.
Watch behind you, Cav.
Felix is up. Oh, it's going to go. Oh, drives him face first, crushes his skull. Oh, and he kicks out.
Goodness, no way.
Holy smokes, where did that all come from?
Felix Fortune cannot believe it.
How many people has Felix Fortune beat with that move over the years?
Yeah. Not a lot
Look
of
at
people get with
Fortune's
that.
face. He is stunned.
Livid.
Yes, furious. There goes Kavanagh. Fighting off his elbows. Oh, and there's the big mistake. So he calls that big right hand of his, and again, down he goes. Maybe out cold.
Remember, Joe, we're talking about Felix Fortune here, an ex-champion.
He is an ex-champion. He's about to be an ex-participant.
That's it done.
And he is. As Kavanagh gets the 3. And more importantly,
no, I'm not happy. I am not happy.
and as we've just heard, Alex Cavan not only gets a win in his first Hell for Lycra, but he becomes the new #1 contender. But suffice to say, Cav has a title opportunity in his back pocket. He overcame Felix Fortune. KG Nitro could not get the job done to his own satisfaction, and the one-man war machine gets the victory, Eddie.
What an impressive showing as he was able to fight off KG Nitro as well as Felix Fortune.
A threat to make a handicap match, but the one-man war machine was able to get the job done and is your new #1 contender here at Hell for Lycra.
The next SW champion, he says.
Strong words there from Alex Kavanagh.
That's the 1st of August. Well, if it wasn't for that scum of a referee messing around outside the ring, when I hit that blunt force trauma DDT, Nathan Reynolds was as good as done. 1, 2, 3, it would have been over. And that's exactly what's going to happen when me and Aldridge step in the ring with you, Nathan, and your buddy Kevin Williams for the tag team titles in the Caird Hall.
Aldridge, Musso, he cost us the Hardcore Championship. You might have spurned our pride enough to challenge you for a match for the tag team titles. And yeah, we're going to do it right here at the Caird Hall, as you've allowed us the opportunity to right a wrong. The Caird Hall special for the Dead Cell.
You are going to find out why we are the constant, why we are the most dominant force in Scottish wrestling, and why we are the SWE Tag Team Champions.
And welcome
to the Dead Cell.
So ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the Tag Team Championship. And there's the first of your 2 challengers, the merchandise, Mike Musso.
Your next contest for the SWE Tag Team Championship. Making his way to the ring, the first challenger, all the way from the other side of the ring, the merchandise, Mike Musso.
The merchant. Wouldn't that be Glasgow the other side there, mate?
Could be Edinburgh.
We are, I mean, yeah, but we're on the east side. Irrespective, he's from Kirkcaldy Fife. I don't think that's necessary, mate, but we'll leave James. It's a hard night tonight.
So no the A92 then?
I need to get an atlas out. We'll do that later on. We'll send the runner to do it while the match is on. So here comes quite an interesting team. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit that I have something of an interest in this. Everybody knows that I am part of W3L, but I'm going to be impartial in this contest. I know all 4 participants rather well. I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to call this as it is. And here we have a double champion, because he's not only your SW Hardcore champion, but we've got the W3L Wrestling Showdown champion as well, the Exile Luke Aldridge.
And as you heard, he says he's going to be triple champion.
Well, he certainly has all the tools to do it, him and Musso.
It just matters on the chemistry between the two.
It's an interesting thing because Aldridge and Musso have never teamed before. They fought many, many times, but they've never teamed up before.
Just
drops the SW belt, but keeps the W3L belt. Say no more. Now, is it the case that their chemistry is born out of the fact they've wrestled each other so many times? I mean, they've obviously planned. We've seen them. They had that little message with the Dead Cell together.
Yeah.
And so that's fine. But of course, 2 people training together and actually being a regular tag team, it's a totally different matter. If you want to talk about long tenure tag teams here in SWE, we're about to meet one.
Oh wait.
This is bizarre. So here come the Dead Cell with their hoodies on.
That's not the Dead Cell.
Yeah, of course it is. Look, they've got hoodies, they've got belts.
That's the Dead Cell.
Oh, there's the Dead Cell.
Wow. So, okay. So this really is the Dead Cell with their 2 acolytes trying to play mind games with the challengers. 2 men, a team formed at the end of 2016, won the tag titles back in May of this year when they were reinstated, and what better team to win those titles than one of the most popular tag teams in Scottish wrestling entertainment.
They are the SWE Tag Team Championship holders. Team comprising of Kevin Williams and Nathan Reynolds. Dead Cell!
Yes, as the championship holders walk around the ring and head towards that hallowed ground of 4 metal ring posts. And those ropes as well to face what will be a tough challenge. This is their biggest challenge to date. And there's so much history. Now guys, I don't know how much you know, but if you look out with Scottish Wrestling Entertainment, if you look at W3L, there's a lot of kind of history between these men. Luke Aldridge and Kevin Williams, no strangers to each other. Nathan Reynolds and Mike Musso, former WFL Tag Team Champions. Reynolds' second run as WFL Heavyweight Champion came by beating Mike Musso. Musso's team with Williams. There's so much interconnectivity. It is, frankly, a conspiracy theorist's dream, the amount of information you can get out of this. But all that is going to go to one side when the bell rings and the belts are on the line.
Tell you what though, Dead Cell are a formidable tag team.
They are.
They're really unstoppable.
However, I will point you to last Hell for Lycra when they lost their own invitational gauntlet match, being defeated by Luke Aldridge.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So he's got their number.
But see the Luke Aldridge, I mean, that guy is an almost perfect all-round wrestler. The guy's got a lot.
Yeah.
With
Now,
this,
here's the cool thing as well, is like Mike Musso, who's been around since like the early 2000s, right? He's arguably the founding father of the Scottish wrestling scene. He has a breadth of knowledge, and he's imparted some of that to Aldridge. You never impart everything, because why would you? He's imparted some of that, and I reckon they're going to be a lot for Dead Cell to handle.
definitely a strong.
I think this will be a big, huge test for this championship.
The championship only came back in May, and like Dead Cell haven't really done much with it yet. A couple of times, yes, but this is going to be the biggest test, and at Hell for
I had a hell of a test against Fortune 500, but
they did, yeah.
These guys are monsters.
They don't have the continuity Fortune 500 do, 'cause it's not a regular team.
Right.
But as individual wrestlers, they are phenomenal, world class. And on an individual match, I think you'd be looking at Musso and Aldridge with their hands raised. No offence to Dead Cell, but it's the tag situation. This is Dead Cell's territory. This is Dead Cell's house.
Yes.
Mike Musso's only been in SW a couple of times. He's only been here this year, so he's not familiar with this territory. And that can have an effect. The ring is slightly different, so it moves a different way. Different atmosphere at the venues, a different venue.
Absolutely.
Some things that can play havoc. Musso's experienced enough Here's something that I don't know how many folk realise. Kevin Williams currently on his 3rd tag team title reign as part of the Dead Cell, but his first 2 came with Luke Aldridge as his tag partner.
Wow.
These 2 men know each other intimately.
Well, that could work in his
That's
advantage.
mind games, though, isn't it?
That is, because both, I mean, in fairness, both men have progressed and they've got so much better than they were way back then. Aldridge especially. Williams has always been good and he's metamorphosed as well. He's been fun-loving more serious over. Aldridge become the XL. And on we go! Now the man looking, all 4 men just going at it, bell being called. And Musso and Reynolds, the wars they've had in WCL. Oh, Aldridge out to the floor as well. And look at this, the challengers
just
chucked to the ring and the champions straight after them.
They're taking the fight right outside the
Right
ring.
off the barrier there.
I think they have to though. I think Dead Cell need to get up an advantage and stay with it because they know Musso has more experience than Williams. He's more experience than Aldridge and he's more experience than Reynolds. Not combined obviously, but he's got a low blow. The referee didn't even see it. Hits a low blow and Musso.
I never seen nothing now. What happened there?
Now this is backfired on Musso because the ref's out of position, slides out the ring, but Kevin Williams makes a save. This is the thing, Musso can break the rules to the best of him, he normally doesn't, but up here he feels it's fair game. This is a championship opportunity, and maybe he looks down on SWE.
Well,
I mean he's part of W3L, I don't want this to be a company versus company thing, but maybe Musso thinks that way, maybe he doesn't want, maybe he wants to win the tag belts today, to go, look, I'm for the company and I'm better than this company. I just don't know. Musso's not said a lot to me in the past few months or so.
I mean, it's like you said, it's an unfamiliar territory, and it seems that the crowd aren't as receptive as they are to Musso and Aldridge as they are to Dead Cell.
Musso hasn't endeared himself. I mean, I know that Jimmy doesn't care about that and goes on wins and losses, and that's fine. But Musso's done nothing but antagonise the crowd. I mean, he had that match with Nathan Reynolds, as I'm sure you will remember, back in July. Reynolds wins, and then Musso immediately gives him a low blow. Then comes out late in the match, waffles Williams with a chair, and Aldridge gets the hardcore belt of him. Musso's not tried to make friends.
Absolutely.
But that's what they're here for. They're
exactly
here for the glory. They're here for the championship. They're here for the belts.
That's exactly Eddie's
They
point.
don't care what the crowds think. They don't give a monkeys. They're saying to themselves, I'll tell you what, for every boo they get, they'll have the same impression as cheering will do for them. They probably get the same energy out of boo. People booing them and kissing them and all that.
Yeah. Again, you're right, I mean entirely. Musso thrives off this. He thrives off crowd reaction, positive or negative. Aldridge kind of the same as well. His reaction is mainly more negative than positive, but, you know.
Musso taking control of this match.
He's battled Reynolds so many times over the years. He I think looks down on Reynolds somewhat, as like
for a big suplex.
Still sees him as a trainee and not as experienced wrestler, despite the fact that he fought so many times.
But no, Nathan Reynolds just keeps blocking the suplex.
Yep. Reynolds is a big man. I think he's slightly heavier than Musso is, and he's a powerful guy too.
Both men are going for it.
Trying for the suplex. Neither man getting the advantage here. Just repositioning themselves. Musso. Oh, nearly got him.
Almost that time.
And Reynolds now trying to get him.
Almost that time as well.
Musso went for the knee.
Remember the last match Reynolds was in against Scotty Ratio. He had a dodgy knee. Remember?
Off the cover, clipped the knee. Yeah.
Remember Scotty Ratio was going to work on that knee. He's got a bad, I'm sure it's a left knee.
Yeah, Reynolds has had a bad knee over the years, and Musso knows that. I mean, again, they've fought and they've teamed so many days, been on so many shows together. He's gone for the knee lift. Musso loves the knee lift. But Reynolds knew what was coming. Wow! Suplexes him, exploder style. Musso's a big man. He's like, what, 6'3", 6'4"? And Reynolds, a tough guy, yes, but hard to pivot something like when you've got a bad leg. Tag made to Kevin Williams. Aldridge wants to tag as well. But it's not going to happen.
Cuts him off. Kevin Williams
DDT.
with the DDT.
Musso likes to use a DDT. Here comes the exile.
Comes in
breaks
the
on the
time
cover.
with the double axe handle.
Oh, maybe going for the swing away early on. But now Musso's got on the floor. That constitutes a tag, but Aldridge has been left in the ring, referee letting that one go. Here comes Williams. Knee right to the head. Again, two men know each other so well. Holds him in place.
What's this?
A slingshot by the looks of things.
Right into
Oh, and another
atomic
inverted
drop.
atomic drop. Aldridge is going to have a voice an octave higher at the end of this.
Oh no.
Whoa! Big elbow drop. It's like a decapitation elbow right there. Here comes Musso. Referee being really lenient in this, but I think in this kind of match you have to be. Oh, hot shot.
Put it this way,
Face
Joe,
first.
would you argue with any of them?
Certainly not.
Oh, just brutal, constant,
I've tried to argue with Musso before, but it falls on deaf ears.
repeated assaults.
Nice. Drops him down. Reynolds in for the cover. Referee saying he's not legal, saying it's Kevin Williams. Now, that's pretty good officiating. How the ref managed to keep their eye on that, I honestly don't know.
I lost track myself.
Okay, that was very
That-
well done. If
that-
that
yeah.
was the right call.
That may have just cost dead cell. Because the
Absolutely.
time it took Reynolds to leave and Williams to come in gave Musso time to recover. And Musso recovers fast. Don't get to be multiple time WTL heavyweight champion.
You would know more than I do.
Certainly, yeah.
Everybody knows more than you do.
This is Musso's first time in the historic Caird Hall. Oh, could we go for the mega driver? He does like to utilise that. Musso fighting out of it.
Elbows to the
he's
head.
trained. Yeah, he's trained with Williams. He knows what he can bring on. And I've got to say, Dead Cell have been pretty much in control of this match so far. The fluidity's been better for them.
Just firing shots at each other. Oh, double clothesline. Both men are
clothesline,
down.
yeah. And you notice though, they roll out the way. And I don't think Williams knows where it is because he's rolled away from his corner. But he rolled away so Musso could not drape an arm
Yes.
and potentially get a pinfall.
Double-edged sword.
It is a bit, and look, the exile has just exiled Nathan Reynolds to the floor. And one of them into that post.
Against the ring post. And boom! Was expecting a tag, but no, he got a forearm to the face instead.
From his former tag partner.
From his former tag partner. Now, Luke Aldridge is in. Headbutt to Kevin Williams. Another one.
Aldridge just like to use those, finally
And
drops
now
him
he's
after
down.
3. He's going for that knee. And he gets height on that and a bit of velocity by coming off the ropes in for the cover here.
But no, only a 2 count.
Reynolds back on the apron. His frustration is going to be growing.
As you can see, Nathan Reynolds trying to get the crowd to give
Yeah.
the momentum. And I know that a certain someone doesn't agree with that.
But Williams feeds
Not
off it.
even listening.
Williams feeds off the energy of the crowd. He uses their support, like I've said previously, like an invisible tag partner almost.
Dead Cell is one of the
You know.
hottest things going in the SWE.
Yeah, the crowd do
Very
like them.
popular.
Again, this may be a massive test for them. Remember, Luke Aldridge, hardcore champion.
Oh!
Wow, what a slap! Aldridge says eschewed the hardcore rules and reckons that the title will be getting defended in proper wrestling matches, but we'll see how that pans out. He's yet to defend it.
You're bending his neck here.
Yeah, got
Wow.
that head vice. And of course, you control the neck, you control the body. And I mean, think how difficult it's going to be if Williams has a sore neck. Even just turning his head is going to cause him pain.
I mean, like, if he has a sore neck, how's he going to lift? You know?
And of course, Aldridge likes the DD6, it's a version of DDT. And Musso likes the blunt force trauma, a version of DDT.
Ducks the clothesline.
Oh, drops on the knees. Lovely move by Williams. You can see why he's one of the top trainers at the SWE Wrestling School, can't you? So many tricks, and he doesn't always use them as well. He's got a lot in his bag. Does he go for a German suplex here?
Got a waist lock on him.
Whoa!
Big German suplex.
Yeah, on a big man, and he got him. Not the prettiest in the world, but it's effective. And it's given Williams that time to recover. Aldridge has moved away from him. He's got distance. Williams needs to roll across the tag Reynolds. Easier said, however, than done. Referee will be applying a count of 10, of course.
Aldridge is really struggling here, but he's got the tag!
And he's got
Finally
Musso.
got the tag, and now Nathan Reynolds is in.
Wow!
Arch rivals.
Like a steam train!
Nathan Reynolds has always been like that. There's the spine
Big
buster.
Spine buster.
When he gets the momentum, when he gets up that head of steam, he is unstoppable. He's like a runaway train.
Oh, this isn't good for Aldridge. Choke
Whoa!
slam!
Wow, buried him with that choke slam. Reynolds can use a spear. And he's got a lot of body mass.
Imagine getting a spear from Reynolds.
When he drives it into you, your internal organs rearrange themselves. Oh, Musso with a knee lift. It took a
Very,
while, but he got the third
very
one.
smart.
Again, that comes from knowing your opponent. Musso's about to win the tag team
Sweep.
championship.
Oh.
Reynolds getting that shoulder back. Musso can't believe it. Not happy at all. Seeing that should be a
That
3.
was 2 7/8, you know. That was really close. Just
Musso's
got
not going to trust an SWE official. He'll claim they're all biased.
Oh yeah, of
Well,
course.
especially after Brian Douglas.
Well, yes. Thankfully, he wasn't a proper official. Musso that back suplex in the powerbomb. Go for that big splash that he likes to use. He's not the heaviest man, but knocks the air out your lungs. Just next one to Musso, not happy at all. He's used to winning. Musso's an impressive win-loss record down in W3L, and to come here to SWE and to be losing a lot does not suit his ego at all.
And
Tag
Aldridge
by
gets the
Aldridge.
tag.
Yeah. And you see he's just stalking
He's
Nathan
already-
Reynolds.
Oh,
there's a spear!
spear!
He didn't get a
Out of
run up, but he
nowhere.
still hit him. Again, 2 men that have fought before. Reynolds has defended successfully
Oh,
WTL
Musso.
Heavyweight Championship against
Musso.
Aldridge.
Top rope.
Here we go for a cover. Oh, and he missed the elbow! Musso took a step too long. He just took a bit too long to get there. And Reynolds just tasted that before as well. Knew what was coming.
But his elbow dropped his own.
He has.
Oh,
Oh, it's
no.
time for the tea gimmick! Wow! And down goes Musso, and the pain in his back. Musso does have a bad back from a few years ago. It niggles him now and again. Here comes Aldridge, and they hook him up.
Whoa!
And down he goes with a death drop. Now for the count.
Yes,
And
it's
gets
done.
it. The Dead Cell
Dead Cell
successfully
solid
retained the
champions.
Tag Team Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, your retaining SWE Tag Team Champions are pinfall, Dead Cell.
I've got to say, what a great victory for Dead Cell, their toughest test to date, and it stands them in good stead. They overcame Musso and Aldridge. Maybe not a regular team, but 2 very, very tough opponents, and they defeated them at once. Musso and Aldridge may re-strategize. They may never team again, I genuinely don't know, but Dead Cell continue their winning ways. So they are the SWE Tag Team Champions now, and they will go on in the future, no doubt. Who is going to be the next set of challengers for the Dead Cell? I guess only time is going to tell. But there they are, holding the championships aloft. Nathan Reynolds, Kevin Owens, 2 popular men. And I guess we've got to wonder who is going to be next. Who steps up? Musso and Aldridge. Your toughest test yet went down in defeat. Can anyone stop the Dead Cell, Eddie?
Well, it looks like that the Dead Cell are just going to completely just.
I think they're going to dominate this division, is what you're trying to say.
Yes,
Considering
absolutely.
we've seen new alliances, different things happening here at For Lycra. The next challengers could be absolutely anyone. We will find out in due course. Mike Musso, Luke Aldridge gave it their all, but even they fell, like every other team so far has fallen, to your SWE Tag Team Champions, the Dead Cell.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for your retaining SWE Tag Team Champions.
now you can't get right. I'm only getting started. I won't back out. It's time I'm gonna think. Let's go a little harder. I won't back out. I'm on my way. I'm only getting started.
Introducing first.
And I don't know if you're aware, Joe, but that is my girlfriend.
Is it?
Yes, it is. We're soon to be engaged.
Oh, many
Yeah.
congratulations.
And for the wedding, I would like you to be a bridesmaid.
I may need to, I think I'm lacking a couple of parts for that, but I'll see what I can do.
Soon I do.
I know somebody I can
And
speak
we
to.
can soon
but-
remove things as well.
My name from the invitation, please, yeah. Rain, this debuted back in December of 2018, so she's don't have a lot of experience, still in her rookie year, and it was June this year she debuted here next week in a mixed tag match, and like, quite the contest as well. I mean, Prince of Sad was involved in it, Holiday, Jess and Ken Caden, so like, that's a big match to be in your first one. But the person she's facing is certainly no slouch, and if Rain's not taking her seriously, she's going to be in some serious trouble, I think. This is the woman that Edith Summer hand chose to face Rain. This is the liver bird, Lizzie Styles, all the way up from Liverpool. Now, she's never... I was about to say, for let James say space, she's never wrestled for a Scottish company before. She has wrestled in Scotland on a tour by Mega Slam. This is her first time in a Scottish wrestling company. She's never wrestled with Rain, so this is a big deal for her to come up here to Scotland to face a new opponent, because Lizzie Styles debuted back in 2013. She has wrestled literally everywhere, all over the UK, spent time in Stardom in Japan back in 2016, mainly works in England, but has faced any of the top females you could care to name. She has faced them, she's won titles galore. She won her first championship at age 14.
No way.
That's when she started wrestling at age 14. And so as a consequence of, she's a year or two older now, she's got a ton of experience that Rain cannot hope to match. This is Rain's home territory. She's been in SW quite a lot this summer, trying to get a bit of respect put in here. This crowd will be familiar with Rain, of course, but they won't be familiar with Lizzie Styles necessarily. I think Lizzie will quickly win them over. Rain's attitudes is a soured her. I know we've talked about that a lot tonight. But Rain doesn't really care. It's all about the wins and losses. She wants to move on in the tournament. And that will be continuing in the weeks and months to come here next. Will be Rain antagonising a fan, or is it vice versa? I'm arguing with her.
Listen, my girlfriend knows exactly what she's doing here. Okay.
Well,
I want
we
to hear a
shall
bad
see.
word about her. Okay.
Well, I mean, we'll see how things go. This is
I'll be
Lizzie.
listening to you two in case you say a bad word about my girlfriend. Because I
Okay,
love
then
her dearly.
Let's mention the venue then, because again, the historic Caird Hall. The venue's named after his benefactor, Duke Baron.
Yeah,
It's
Sir James
named Sir
Caird.
James Key Caird, which is how I need to get
He's
in the
also
hotel
got
room earlier on today.
He's also got a park named after him as well. There you go. There's an answer.
Excellent. Well, thankfully we're not doing a show in the park. The weather wasn't particularly great today. And ironically, it did rain, which should be as important of things to come for Lizzie
Yeah,
Styles.
it's a good omen.
It's a positive good omen. And again, first time matchup anywhere in the world for these two. Never wrestled before. Rain's got a lot of confidence. Obviously with a fiancée sitting here, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, well.
Oh, Lizzie Styles! Lovely, out of control fireman's carry, bridges over and nearly wrapped Rain up.
Ducks under the clothesline. Kick to the gut.
Yep. She does
Bounces
a
off the
knee.
ropes.
Oh, kicked in the face. Lovely move by Lizzie Styles.
But Rain quickly getting up.
Yeah. Again, she's only done a couple moves. I think she's got enough left in the tank.
This is actually hard for me to watch this.
It will be.
The woman
Please
I love
try and
getting
remain impartial if you
absolutely
can.
beaten up here. I don't like it.
And she's done okay at the start, but I mean, Lizzie Styles is a hard
She'll be
Oh,
back.
can't
person to
lift her
overcome.
though.
Well, I mean, Rain just kind of lowering her centre of gravity, trying to block out the spins through.
Oh,
Got her, could have been a low blow possibly, but got the forearm across the shoulders. And a forearm, now that was right at the base of the throat. Judgment call, arguably. But
only a one count.
Tell you what, guys, believe me, she is a tough girl, right?
Does she treat you like that?
I've actually been on the receiving end when I've come in at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
I've seen
leg
that.
drop. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Lizzie
Now-
Styles is suffering it as well.
Go back to the match. As you can see,
Getting
Rain
throttled.
is just
That's my girl.
strangling
That's my
her.
girl.
She's pouring on the offense. You know, Rain pouring.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry, Jimmy, that should have been your line, shouldn't
I
it?
know, but even I wouldn't have used that, honestly.
Just biding her time. As we've seen before, like, she controls the pace and slows the strategy down. I think she's slightly has more, how can I put this delicately, has more mass than Lizzie Styles.
Yeah, that was a good choice of words there.
Thank you.
She was listening.
She's more physical than Lizzie Styles
Yeah.
is.
Of course.
But Lizzie's wrestled some tough people. Again, if you follow British wrestling, particularly just now, with the females that are involved all up in the UK, and you see who she's gone up against, she's facing top competition, you know.
Whipped off the
She's
ropes.
charging the corner and catches her.
Big splash from Rain.
Lizzie's one.
Christ, this gets worse.
I did not
Honestly.
mean that.
Oh,
Wow.
I honestly did not mean
Everything
that.
a pun. I'm assuming, Jimmy, as you seem to be the expert here, I'm assuming she's a fan of Prince.
Prince, how?
Well,
Purple, red.
because she's called Rain and she's coloured purple, right? I mean, that would be the obvious thing
Right,
to take
okay.
away, you know. And she did wear a raspberry beret when she came in.
Yeah, okay. Raspberry red. That's a raspberry
Okay,
parade, yeah.
right, back to the match, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Well, she changed her name to a symbol
Well,
later
Joe,
on.
your part's terrible.
1,
Cover.
2. Kick out by
Well,
Lizzie.
if Rain's going to change her name to a symbol, it'll be a tick in the win column. So it's going to be
That is formerly known as Rain.
now known as Empress Champion. That's what she has in sight. Oh, missed the leg!
Missed the leg drop.
Lizzie Styles was able to recover.
Clothesline takes her down. And another clothesline.
She's staving that left arm a little, but she's getting those strikes in. Lovely sweeping uppercut there. And you've got to think, Edith Summer putting this together, this is going to shape how the Empress division will play out over the next 2 Lovely kick off the middle. Styles may have caught her head as she landed though, with a whiplash effect.
She's fighting through the pain.
Well, she is, but I mean, as you land, you've got to kind of pull yourself forward. She may have gone slightly too far back and over-rotate. And she still gets up before Rain, however. Just biding her time. Oh, went to the
misses
Virgil Van strike. So running knee. Oh,
Belly to
belly, and
belly.
delayed it. Held out with
That's
the
it, game
delay.
over. Let's go.
Oh, that was
Not
a close
quite.
one.
Rain does like to use kind of like slam type moves, like to use the rain drop, which you might end up seeing at some point. It's a throwing move. I mean, obviously against Darcy, who weighs probably about like 20 pounds soaking wet. I mean, she's easy to throw around, I would have thought, you know.
Absolutely.
So Rain made relatively short work of her, but Lizzie Styles a different kettle of fish entirely, and certainly a different proposition. And you see how she keeps coming back. She's taking a beating, but
Vicious
keeps fighting back.
forearms.
Yeah, kicks her
Kicks.
right in the face. Could dislocate her jaw.
Oh,
But just a
So
2.
close.
It really was actually, yeah, it really was. As I said before, Edith Summer will be looking at this closely. This will dictate the pace on how your Empress division will be borne out over the next 12 months. Eventually will crown the first Empress division. Oh, hang on, hooks her up and dropped her. Thought she was going for the raindrop, but just swept her down. It's now hooked those legs. Boston crab. Boston crab for Lizzie Styles.
Oh, this is...
she is facing away from the ropes.
And Rain's got herself facing the ropes. Lizzie's facing the middle of the ring, and that ref is just not really saying.
Oh,
She taps
that's
out. Rain gets a submission.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner via submission, Rain.
Reign of Rain continues here in
Remains.
Remains, yes. Here in SWE, credit to Lizzie Styles, she came to a promotion she's not familiar with, to a country she's been in only once before, to face an opponent she does not know, and she was a game woman. She goes home with no shame at all.
But she's been sent back and back to Liverpool.
She has been sent back and back to Liverpool. Well done to Lizzie Styles, but even more well done to Rain, who has staked her claim as a dominant part of the SW Empress division, and I will guarantee we're going to be hearing more from her in the weeks and months to come here in SWE.
I won't just survive. Oh, you will see me thrive. Can't write my story. I'm beyond the archetype. I won't just conform. No matter how you shake my core. 'Cause my roots, they run deep. Oh, you're so little. Don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Victory is in my veins. I know it, I know it. And I will not negotiate. I'll fight it, I'll fight it. I will transform. I will when the fire's at my feet again, and the vultures all start circling, they're whispering, you're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you take the final nail is think again. Don't be surprised, I will still rise. I must stay conscious through the madness and chaos. So I call on my angels. They say, oh, you're so little. Don't doubt it, don't doubt it. Victory is in your veins. You know it, and you will not negotiate. Just fight it, and be transformed. Be transformed. 'Cause when the fire's at my feet again, and the vultures all start circling, they're whispering, you're out of time, but still I rise. This is no mistake, no accident. When you take the final nail is think again.
One moment, one chance, and I can turn this all around. I have to.
And all it takes is that engine to ignite this audience, because they all know who this belongs to. This is the man who, frankly, isn't even supposed to be here.
It's the man of glam.
It's the man of glam, but the man of no match at Hell for Lycra until a matter of weeks ago. This is the contest that should never have been, that was never going to be.
And you know what I'm happy for?
Now, we've seen a few popular people on the show tonight. Zach Leon's definitely one of them. Everybody loves him. And it was, like you said, a shame he wasn't really part of Hell for Lycra. Braveheart went, no, you're not getting a match, you're not having it. It took the current and defending Food Division champion, to go almost on bended knee metaphorically to Braveheart and go, please, general manager, give him a match. And Braveheart went, you want Zach Leon in a match? I'll put him in your match. And it's gone from being one-on-one to being one-on-one-on-one. So now the champions' chances of retaining the title have been removed. And what makes this worse for them is that the champion and Zach Leon are best friends.
And can we also discuss the elephant in the room here, which is the fact...
What? I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming.
The fact that Zach Leon hasn't won a match in such a long time.
You're correct.
He's done a massive lose. We'll detail that during the contest.
Do you know Tony Robinson from the Time Team?
Yes.
Done an archaeological dig and actually found evidence of Zach Leon's last match.
Wow.
Last match he won.
Wow.
That was that long ago.
And so here comes challenger number 2, all the way from Southport. It's the gatekeeper, CJ Banks. 2004 he debuted. He's wrestled over 1,000 plus matches, and in many respects I think he is...
I love this guy's attitude.
I love his team.
So CJ Banks, I think, is one of the most underrated wrestlers in the UK right now. He's wrestled all over the UK, Europe, he wrestled in China. He was part of the WOS wrestling roster when it was on ITV.
Right, hold that a minute. Me and Eddie are trying to listen to this tune here. All you're doing is rapping.
Right, download it on Spotify, guys. I have a match here. This is important because CJ Banks, this is not his first time in SWE. Hell for Lycra 14 a couple of years ago. He was up here in the Caird Hall and he challenged unsuccessfully for the Future Division Championship. And since 2017, that has eaten away at him because it's the belt he didn't win. He's won titles, he's beaten names. He couldn't get the job done in SWE. And for the past 2 years, that's eaten away at him. And when the opportunity arose for CJ Banks to come here again to challenge for the Future Division title, he jumped at the chance.
Could this be his night? Could this be the time when he really comes to collect?
He's got more experience, I think, than both men together. More matches in his bag. But this isn't his home turf. And he's got a very game, very popular, very talented champion that he needs to overcome.
It's the man, Ken Caden, the Future Division champion.
Indeed, it was. Earlier this year, he won the Future Division Championship tournament. He became the new champion, and he has had a wealth of defences. So Ken Caden has defended his championship in no particular order against Prince Assad, Omar Mohammed, Johnny Lyons, and yes, Zach Leon. And now he's got 2 opponents to face. One is his best friend. The man he said, don't glaze on me, don't let me win this, I want to earn this. Because Ken Caden needs to prove to himself that he can be the Future Division champion. An interesting note, and I don't know how many people know this, CJ Banks has said publicly he hates multi-person matches. And so the fact he's in with 2 guys has just soured his already sour mood. And so he's going to go after them even harder than before. And CJ Banks has got so much potential, so much ability. He's the gatekeeper. He tests himself against younger guys to see if they're good enough to hang, to move to the upper echelon. And he's going to have his work cut out because he's got to face 2 of SWE's best.
Tell you, Joe, this is the first time I've seen him, and he looks one mean character.
He's not a pleasant guy. He's got a sour attitude. And like, he can back it up verbally, he can back it up physically.
Now, do you think that Ken Caden and Zach Leon will team up against CJ Banks?
I mean, in a triple threat contest, that's traditionally the way things go. It's the easy way. You form an alliance with an opponent. Hey, well, you should be telling me this, you're the wrestler. You throw one out of the ring and then you fight against each other. They're best pals. Will they want to? And I think the opening moments will dictate this pace. Is somebody going to... Zach Leon might walk away. He's lost all his matches recently.
Yes,
Like, going into this contest, Zach Leon's the obvious guy that's not going to win because like history's against him.
Well, Zach Leon has been getting more and more and more frustrated.
That's a really good point. We've seen that. He's been snapping after his matches, throttling people with his choke after it. And like when he feels he's been cheated against. Now in this type of match, obviously being a one fall, 3v match, your rules are somewhat relaxed as it pertains to DQs and counters. But still, I mean, Zach Leon showing a propensity for snapping, and like, if this doesn't go his way, I mean, last week at the Student Showcase, he went ballistic.
Yeah.
And like,
absolutely.
we've seen it in other SO matches as well, and I worry.
Against KJ Nitro.
Yep, I worry what he might do.
He actually got disqualified because he kept holding on after the 5 count.
Yes, exactly, yeah. Well, that was the impetus for him not being part of Hell for Lycra. Braveheart went, if you're not going to play by the rules, you're not getting a shot on the show.
Exactly.
Maybe
Do you know what I think's going to happen?
Oh, lovely move.
Wow.
CJ Banks straight into, again, that's the experience comes out. And look, he levels the field, and look, he's a smart man, and look what he's done. He's picked on the guy that keeps losing. He's chucked the champion out, because again, you don't need to be pinned or submitted if you're the champ to lose the belt. First pinfall wins. So why not go for the guy? Yeah.
Of a triple threat.
Yeah, if you're a champion, yes. So why not go for the guy that's never won anything?
Exactly. Great point.
And I think Zach Leon's going to be the guy that both men target.
Oh,
but he's got, I mean, Zach
got the moves, as you can see.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent. It's just like things haven't gone his way.
Well, this might be the
CJ
turning
off the
point.
ropes. A lovely high hip toss. CJ Banks rolls to the floor, breaking
now
momentum.
Kincaid in.
Can't be pinned on the floor, but Zach Leon doesn't know what's happening.
Oh,
straight arm drag. Both men did say they would bring it, and I wasn't sure if we were going to see them be all pally-pally.
Oh, clearly not.
And Ken is being more the aggressor.
Both men are taking this very seriously.
Ken, lovely springboard body press.
Championship.
Took a couple of seconds to reposition himself. Maybe a bit too early though, a bit too fresh. Gap ahead of steam.
He only takes.
He does. He went for the tope, and CJ Banks, that experience advantage, shifted out the way and sends Caden head first in that post. They're fairly sharp corners as well.
Now,
and he's
how
the only man standing.
Zach take that? Would he only think that he was only targeted?
I mean, maybe. But like, I like to think that he would realise that Ken was going for both men, because that's the purpose of the match, right?
Absolutely.
And CJ was right there. Oh, face first. Headbands come off.
Would that be the hardest part of the ring?
Well, so I'm told. Thankfully I never have to get into it, so I've never really found out, to be honest with you. Hardest part of the show is having us three here, I think.
Hardest part for you anyway.
Yeah. Should have put my money up.
Stamping on his hand.
Yeah, of course.
He has injured his hand before.
Oh, okay, yeah, so that's going to be targeting old wound. How do you pick somebody up with a bad hand? You can't.
Now he's going for it now. He's really targeting.
Wow! Short arm close, and did you hear the slap as he delivered that as well?
Yeah, he actually broke a finger. And that caused him to be out for a while.
Yeah.
Of course. Although it's just a finger.
Well, yeah, but you're going to. You don't realise how much you use something until it's gone. Basically, yeah. Even like holding a fork is difficult. And CJ Banks, he's so good, so smooth. And again, people, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
Well, I think he should. I think he's a fantastic wrestler.
I genuinely do. I think he's very underrated. He's wrestled mainly in the north of England, but he's competed in Scotland a lot over the previous years, particularly down in the west of Scotland. He's no stranger to these shores, to Scottish wrestling. He's faced some big names. I mean, he, again, is part of WS Wrestling on TV. So, I mean, CJ knows what he's doing, and he's proving it. He's about to become your new future division champion, I think.
I would love to see this guy again.
Yeah.
CJ Banks is very aggressive. He's wasted no time.
No. I think as well, to your point, Jimmy, there's a bunch of guys I'd like to see him wrestle. Not necessarily for titles, but just to have a match. There's a lot of good people in SW that he can match up really well with. But he's here for glory. He wants to... Because you win a title, you get a bigger paycheck. You get more control. Of course. And is he going to come back next month, or is he walking down to Southport with the belt in his hands?
The thing is, it's not about the money, it's on your CV as well.
Well, there is that.
Prestigious
But I mean,
title like that.
I think for CJ Banks, the money does help though. Certainly for
CV
Felix
for
Fortune.
CJ.
I think he'd be making that bank.
Could we just mute Eddie's mic? To be fair, that's not the worst thing that's been said, I'm sure. They go to the floor.
Making that Skrilla.
Yes.
Oh, right against the barrier.
And you notice he's got Zach Leon down, don't be able to put him away yet. So what does he do? He takes out Ken Caden to prevent him from being able to break up a potential pinfall. But he needs to get back in and stay on the Man of Glam.
Now surely this must get into Zach Leon's mind if he's been seen as the weaker opponent.
He's got a
It would
backbreaker, stretching him away.
look at how aggressive Zach Leon is.
It's a huge opportunity because he's not won a proper match since December of 2018.
Into a power slam? No.
Hold on, CJ.
Going to go for a combo there.
German suplex and Bridges as well. Lovely move.
Close.
And I can't believe that. What can you do to CJ Banks that he's not already seen or done to somebody else?
CJ Banks is not happy.
Yeah, don't argue with the
That,
ref.
that should be him that's the new champion.
Yeah, but like you can't argue the ref's doing his job, and as long as he's calling it fairly, it's fine. Obviously, he can't necessarily disqualify CJ, but like you can't get fined if you manhandle referees as much as you might want to. You ever manhandled the referee, Eddie?
I'd not like to talk about that. It's all in the past.
Something obviously.
Somebody's not proud of.
Yeah, something
Absolutely
backstage clearly. Let's not go into that. Zach Leon being grabbed by CJ Banks with a backbreaker and covers it again. Now Zach Leon with a backbreaker and pressed down bow and arrow style. CJ just dropped him. And look at the torque.
Twisting.
Yeah, but he's up on his feet and was.
You can almost hear it creaking.
Oh my
God!
Because Zach Leon, if he were to stand up, he's got to lift all of CJ's body weight as well as his own.
That's impossible.
That's a phenomenal amount of
Look at the way
pressure
he's
on your
getting
neck.
twisted.
He could damage the vertebra in his neck quite easily.
Well, that is a good one. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, but both men.
That's
are
why
trading
why
forearms.
CJ is hammering with his forearm.
Right, just
Ken
Ken
Caden is climbing up to the top rope. They
Again,
don't notice.
Caden's been knocked face first, probably lost some teeth against the barrier, but it's a time to recover. Here he comes! And body presses both men.
Cross body to both people.
Zach rolls out the way. Caden, a house of fire. Think of the frustration. He's the champ and has had to sit back and nearly let his title run away from him. I think if Caden's going to lose this title tonight, it'll be because he is the one getting beaten. He's not going to risk somebody else sneaking a pin. Lovely drop kick over the ropes. He's so agile as Ken Caden.
Oh, that was so close.
This is his second and frankly better Feature Division title reign. Previous one lasted only 4 weeks. And he beat some top people to win this championship.
It was in the Future Division tournament. That
It was,
that he won, which I also participated in.
Yes,
Oh,
not
you didn't do
successfully.
very well,
Yeah, exactly.
No,
That's why you're here with us.
Yes.
Oh,
And remember, hang on, double arms.
Oh,
Tiger driver!
beautiful.
It's going to end it!
That was beautiful.
It's a lovely move by CJ Banks. Remember, Ken Caden went off and spent a bit of time in Australia after the end of 2016, early 2017.
That's not true. He actually got deported from Britain.
Well, while in Australia, wrestled with a bunch of people. Is it a coincidence that Ken Caden went to Australia and it suddenly became like the wrestling scene exploded and he came back? I mean, did he have a hand in that? Smart money's on it, sits him down! This could be it!
No! What?
Zach Leon nearly became the new
That
Future
was
Division
almost
champion.
it.
And
That
he's
was
never held a title in SW, Zach Leon. Ever.
Absolutely.
So this is like a massive opportunity. And again, he was never meant to be part of this match initially. And he's gone from zero to potentially hero if he gets his victory. But obviously at his best friend's expense. These two, back at Hell for Lycra 14, they were a tag team. Oh, it's going for the beautiful ending.
Oh.
Failed to get it. Ken Caden in control here with his best pal.
Oh, is he going for his finisher?
Could be the second impact, but Zach Leon knows what that involves and getting out of it. It's going to be a beautiful ending, and it might be. As Ken Caden's neck folded up like a stack of dimes, and it's going to end it. CJ Banks. That was awareness, and of course can't be DQ'd in this situation, not in this type of match. And he did the smart thing. Couldn't get in the ring in time, so he brought the referee to him.
Oh, look how furious Zach Leon is.
Yeah, understandably, this was his moment of glory. He was going to break his losing streak and become a champion. But CJ runs right into him, thanks to Ken Caden. Gets him folded up the prawn hold. Caden gets flung into Zach Leon, knocks off the ring apron. Another German suplex and release him.
Goodness.
Ken Caden crashing down heavily on that back of his neck, and he's already taken the damage off the headlock driver. CJ Banks stalking his prey, watching for him. He's got that knee pad down. Is he going to drive a knee into the skull? He does like the bazooka knee.
Still stunned. Zach Leon is.
Leon doesn't know where he is. We do though. Oh, sliding in the ring. Bazooka knee! And Zach Leon sacrificed himself.
He's out here.
He took it right on the chin. Super kick. And CJ Banks falls. And Ken Caden sees his opponent, sees his friends.
Was that intentional?
I mean, he was the first guy he saw, knocked CJ out the ring. He's Zach's
He
the
took
guy
a
in
bullet
there.
for Ken Caden there.
He did. Second impact. Cradles him, covers, and retains the championship. Ken Caden continues as your future division champion.
Via pinfall, and still your SWE Future Division Champion, Ken Caden!
So, I mean, you've got to question. You know Ken Caden didn't want to go easy. Either man go easy on each other. They wanted both men to be at their best. He knocked CJ out the ring. Was it simply Zach Leon was lying there, so he's like, well, I might as well? Or was it premeditated? I mean, he's helping him up. I think he wanted it just to be sport. Friendship goes to one side, we wrestle, that's it. Yeah. But he hit his move, and Zach Leon, here's the important thing, Zach's losing streak has continued. Zach Leon getting put in the match never should have been, getting the title opportunity that arguably he did not deserve, and he doesn't do it. He walks away without the title.
I don't think Zach Leon knows where he is.
He's taken a fair bit of punishment in this match. Incidentally, fair play to CJ Banks. Let's hope we see him back soon, because he was fantastic.
Yeah.
He may not have won twice his challenge for the division title, twice he has
Zach
lost.
Leon can't stand.
A low blow! What the hell's going on? Zach Leon with a low blow. He lost the title. He lost the match, and he's trying to win the war.
I knew he was
Ken
going to
Caden
snap.
snapped, at least part from Has.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I say he was going to snap?
I mean, they're best friends. Zach's a nice guy.
The bitterness is getting the
It's a
better
family
of him.
man.
Doesn't look very nice what he's
No,
about
wait.
to do.
He's got hold of the feature
No,
of the belt.
come on! No.
Yes,
Well
Ken
done,
Caden.
Zach Bye. I love you now.
You're changing your tune on him because he smacked Ken Caden in the face?
I've been telling him for months and months and months he needs to change his attitude. No more Mr. Nice
I
Guy.
thought you said attitude
Look
doesn't
after
matter.
number one. Eddie, tell him. I have said that for ages.
How? He's telling me he can keep it for now. I mean, Zach's going to want to go after him, and then surely Ken Caden's going to want. No, he's back in. He's back in attacking him. Refs, get him out of here. Ref, ring the bell. Get some control here. Get him out. This is not the Zach Leon that we know and that we love. Like the fans know. You're right, he'd snapped after matches, but not on his best pal.
That's what I'm saying, Joe. The bitterness has got the better of him.
It
He's sick
genuinely has.
losing. It's no more Mr. Nice Guy. It's look after number one now. And this is what I've been telling him for months and months and months.
Well,
and he's finally listened.
Clearly he's found his own manager, advisor, whatever role you're taking, Jimmy.
Of course.
But Zach Leon spits in the face, metaphorically, of every SWE fan. He may have got his nose busted. Frankly, the last leaves of his lungs. But irrespective, we'll hear about this in the weeks to come. I have no doubt. Ken Caden walks away from what was a fantastic match. Still your future division champion. His friend may have attacked him, but doesn't matter. He's still got the title.
For how long though?
Well, I would imagine these two are on a collision course sometime soon.
Definitely, you're right.
And I'm sure if you keep watching Uprising, you will find that out when it is.
Years I've been fighting. 10 years have passed. I'm still the last one standing. Why? Because I've got a heart I put respect. And why take nobody's shit?
We were once brothers, and I still respect you. But come hell for Lycra, when we step into that ring, there will be no respect.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the match that so many people have come here to see. The richest prize in Scottish wrestling entertainment is on the line, being the SW World Heavyweight Championship. And that man right there, Mr. Fast Track, as he refers to himself, the holder of the Fast Track briefcase, Darren Blair. A briefcase he won back at the Fast Track back in February. And he made no bones about it. He was cashing in here in the main event of the biggest SW event of the year, Hell for Lycra. If he was going to get his heavyweight championship match, it would be here. And this is especially important to him, because if you look back over Darren Blair's history of Hell for Lycra, he's always been in tag team matches or multi-mans or the like. This is his first ever one-on-one singles match at Hell for Lycra, and he has made sure it is for the biggest championship going. And there's so much pressure on him by himself. He puts so much pressure on him by himself to be the new champion in this contest. But he's got a mountain to climb if he wants to get that title away from the defending champion.
No.
Like the sign says, read between the lines. And what that reveals is the SW World Heavyweight Champion, Scotty Ricio.
Oh my goodness.
Championship belts galore.
How many belts has he got there?
That's the infinity belts right there.
It really is. Here is a man who made his debut at the first ever Hell for Lycra. If you want to call Braveheart Mr. SWE,
now if you look at the size of that belt,
I think Scotty Ricio is Mr. Hell for Lycra.
I like that he's pimped out the belt. It says read between the lines on the side of it.
He has made it his own. He's put his side on it, and that's confidence. That's saying that belt's not going anywhere. And when he won it last year, defeating 5 other men in one night to do it, and he's knocked off. Yeah, he's knocked off a great list of opponents.
He's held on to it for such a long time too.
He has. Johnny Thunder and Zach Leon, both at once a triple threat match. Back in March, he and Darren Blair, the man he's facing tonight, went to a no contest. Mauricio retained it that way. He beat young Ollie Silverstone from the SW Training Academy. Retained against Alex Kavanagh. He even retained against former champion Nathan Reynolds. So I mean, he's beaten a lot of big names, a lot of top competition. But tonight, he's in the main event of Hell for Lycra 16 against a man with laser focus in Darren Blair. This is the biggest opportunity Blair has had again for singles match at Hell for Lycra, and he's made sure it's for the richest prize he can possibly get.
Wow, did you see that?
Scotty Richo has his supporters, his appreciators, if you like.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is for the SWE Heavyweight Championship. In the corner to my right, he is Mr. Fast Track. And on this occasion tonight, he is cashing in his Fast Track Rumble briefcase for a shot at the SWE Heavyweight Championship. Darren Blair!
Mixed reception.
Yeah.
And in the corner to my left, he is the reigning and defending SWE Heavyweight Champion, Scotty Richo!
Another mixed reaction.
I mean, neither man has had themselves endeared to the audience by way of their actions.
I love the two of them. I think the two of them are fantastic wrestlers, great personalities. He is a very, very worthy champion, Scotty Richo. But I'll tell you what, Darren Blair, he really deserves a shot at this title. He's worked so hard. He's made a lot of enemies, I must admit, but he's worked so hard, he deserves it.
His attitude hasn't made him a lot of friends, let's put it that way. And
we're going back to attitudes again, Joe.
yeah, but you're saying he's not
winners
got a
and
lot of
losers,
friends.
that's the attitude
This is true. I mean, he's been successful, of course. Never successful enough to win the heavyweight championship.
When he was Mr. Nice Guy, he never won nothing. He never had a chance at anything.
That is true.
Now he's changed his attitude where he's focusing on number one now, and he's so focused, he's got a shot at the title now. So that tells you everything about his attitude.
I'll certainly give you that. I think that's entirely a fair comment. But obviously it does mean that your crowd will pick and choose who they like, and they don't necessarily like his actions. That's fine. They can
Doesn't matter who the idiot's like. Nobody cares.
It's helped. We've seen other wrestlers that feed off the energy from the crowd. It can benefit them. It's like having an invisible tag partner. Like when things get tough.
Like your invisible friend.
Sadly, Jimmy, you're all too real. So these two men going nose to nose,
staring each other down
in this historic venue as well. I mean, everything fell into place for Darren Blair. This is the biggest thing he's ever done.
This is going to be some match, Joe. Honestly,
it certainly is. Scotty Richo, of course, like I said, debuted at the very first Hell for Lycra. Darren Blair debuted in the January of 2014, so there's a big experience difference. But of course, Darren Blair, the more physically adept man, he's the bigger, heavier man.
He's got the guile, he's got the intelligence, he's got the strength.
Yeah, he's a brawler, he's an antagoniser by his own admission.
And I think hit the nail on the head there, Joe. He's a brawler. That's exactly what he is.
Yeah, and this is, let's see, like Richo went for the lockup and he's been caught in that side headlock. And Richo needs to use his speed and his vast intelligence because he's proved to be a sneaky champion.
And he's got that agility as well. I mean,
yeah.
He's got that on Darren Blair.
Everyone remembers him as part of Supercharged.
That's right.
Him and Spike Tierney, two popular masked men.
Headlock of his own.
Yeah.
There's another example of attitude, if you like. Scotty Richo. He done nothing. He done absolutely nothing. Won no titles, anything, until his attitude's changed. And it's only done him a world of good. Let's look up now, he's SWE heavyweight champion.
Certainly he gained the biggest prize going, the World Championship.
He has been future division champion before though.
Yeah, well this is true.
You know how I feel about that title.
Well, I mean, certainly when it comes to the big one, and this, like it or not, is the main champion one every single person in SW wants. Male, female, old, young, doesn't matter. Everybody wants to be the world's heavyweight champion. And
what better stage to do it on?
Well, exactly. Again, that was all part of Darren Blair's plan. And we saw it back in July. He said, I want to cash in my briefcase. I want to cash it in the main event of Hell for Lycra 16.
And why shouldn't he? I mean, that's the ultimate.
Exactly, yeah. It's his biggest opportunity. Like I was saying before, he's never had a singles match at Hell for Lycra, ever. This is the biggest thing he's ever done. And, like, I know, having spoke to him earlier on, he's really nervous. Because he's not in a tag situation. He's not in a multi-person situation. It's just him.
But he's had a year, almost a year, to prepare for this since he won
of course.
the fast track.
Just a kick out.
So he's been totally focused on this.
He has, yeah. I mean, whether he knew it would be Richo or not, I don't know. I mean, he did interfere in that match against Nathan Reynolds. Let's be honest, to make sure that it stayed with Scotty Richo, quite frankly. And that's he's been prepared for. To pick up. There's the power we mentioned before. But Darren Blair obviously using his strength. And Scotty Richo being the first to really break the rules this match by like clenching at the mouth. Because he's blocking the nose and mouth. Obviously, that's how you breathe.
Yes.
And a big man. I mean, I'm surprised he's been called as a choke, but maybe the ref's closer and getting a better view than we are. But, I mean, it's a sound
And-
strategy. The biggest engine needs the most fuel.
His face is going red, man, honestly.
But he's being throttled. He can't get air in his lungs.
Come on, Darren, come on.
We're getting that dueling chant, that mixed reaction. I think these fans are anticipating
They're
a
split
stellar
right down the
contest.
middle here, Joe.
Yeah, I think they're anticipating a stellar contest, and they're going to wait to see who wins this one.
Oh, kick to the gut by Riccio. And a DDT!
Yeah, single arm DDT takes him straight down.
This is exactly what Riccio needs.
Now, it's fair to say, and I realise that he wouldn't be the first person to mention this, but Darren Blair has been plagued somewhat with injury throughout his career.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, it was his knee last time.
I mean, he almost had to retire entirely.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, he did retire.
This is one of the things that it drives him on so much, because he's missed so much ring time by being out injured and so on, and he feels like he's not had the opportunities others had or made as much headway.
But now he's stepped up after
Yeah.
injuring his knee.
He has, yeah. Broken his coccyx in 3 places as well.
Broken his what?
It's his lower back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it sounds. Well, I mean, in some respects it is. But he's in pain. Like, his body is sore. Like, he feels his injuries every day. He's at a stage where he can wrestle.
You just wonder if Scotty's going to go to work on that particular area.
I would give you good odds that Riccio knows all about it and has kept it back in case he needs to.
That guy's done his homework.
Oh yeah, I don't think he will if he can get away with it. He's working on the arm just now, which may be a good way to negate a powerful brawler. But you bet if Blair gains some headway, Riccio's going to take his knee out. You know he is.
Now, this is what Riccio wants. He wants the big man down
Yeah.
constantly. He doesn't want to get up. I think this is one of the few matches where Scotty actually wants to keep it at a slower pace.
Yes.
Because normally it would be all fast paced for Scotty. But he's keeping the big man down. He's controlling the match.
The problem with, obviously, gains a head of steam there, but then chooses to stop and kick the ropes. If he runs around the ring, he has to leave his opponent and gives him those seconds to kind of gain some more breath, try and recover. So he needs to stay on him, and he may as well dictate the pace and take it his way. But he needs to keep the big man off his feet, because if he can stand, he's going to be powerful enough to dominate.
Of course, that's a good
like,
point, Joe.
You can see that Scotty is willing to adapt his game plan.
Yep.
Willing to adapt his strategy.
That is the sign of a great champion.
Absolutely.
And Riccio's proved that. I mean, is he going to make a year as champion? I honestly don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but I wouldn't wouldn't bet against him.
As of late, though, Darren Blair has looked unstoppable.
Yeah, you're right.
Been an absolute force. Even though he has been in the tag matches, he has been completely destroying the tag scene with Luke Aldridge.
Yes, it's true. I think, though, if he had an eye on this, do you think he's been doing that so he's not getting as much wear and tear on his body? I think his partner kind of takes some of that. Ow! See,
Now this
taking
is
your eye off your opponent. Oh, wow.
A bad
this is
position.
Because Blair can throw him with ease.
Scotty's in a bad place at the
no.
moment.
No!
Oh, and a huge back suplex, but Darren Blair took some of that as well.
Oh.
But Riccio may have landed the back of his head. And the way Blair landed, I think he jarred his shoulder. The same arm
seems
that's
to be
been
holding
worked
it.
on.
Seems to be
Yeah.
holding it.
Once again, mixed reactions.
As the benefit to that move is it's knocked the wind out of Scotty Riccio, albeit briefly, but it's given Darren Blair a few moments to recover. However, that came at the expense of a large fall off the middle turnbuckle. He's not a guy that can be thrown about easily.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be either. He's a big man.
And both men are finally up to their feet, and he's going against that knee.
That's exactly what it's. Oh no, and Darren Blair retaliating in kind. Scotty Riccio has markedly thinner legs than Darren Blair does.
Oh, see, it takes him right off his feet.
Now, Eddie, you mentioned how Riccio likes a bit of speed. If he can't run, it's going to negate that.
He's definitely toiling.
Yeah, he is now.
Darren Blair is definitely toiling here.
Look at Scotty's limping.
Good.
Oh, they're
Trading
going
blows.
right at it.
That's how much this means to both men. I guess Riccio's title reign has benefited him in the fact that he's mainly faced people who he knows are going to, wherever possible, play by the rules. But Blair will happily break those rules. And it's almost like I planned that one, isn't it? Right in the eye. But like, Riccio hasn't had somebody like Ollie Silverstone's too new to be doing it.
Wait a minute. What's going on here?
Rory Shaw.
It's Rory Shaw.
There's the backup, the heater for Scotty Richo. He's only come back as well. He's been off injured. And he's a huge man.
If you remember right, guys, that is Scotty Richo's ex-bodyguard.
Yes.
Before he picked up an injury.
And he's only just back. He dominated that battle royal last week and he's returned.
Oh man, that was
and he's
brutal.
dropped Blair almost right on his face.
1, 2, 3. Oh.
Wow!
What?
He went face first into the canvas. I don't know what you call it, the F-VAT, it seems appropriate. And down he went.
Oh, I like that.
But Blair, again, as somebody came out, that's how much this means to him. You're going to have to nail his shoulders to the canvas with a railroad spike to prevent him getting them up, because Blair is going to give everything he's got. A cliche, yes, but 110% will go there. And look at this Richo saying to Rory Shaw, what's happened?
Whoa!
Oh, what? That's what happens when you don't fulfill your duties. Richo, frustrated, annoyed. He thought that's what was going to happen. Shaw hits the move, and now F that.
I actually think
and Richo's going after him.
I think Scotty Richo is absolutely furious at Rory Shaw because he wants to do this all himself.
You think
he
so?
does not want Darren Blair coming back and saying, oh,
No,
you got...
I think it's because Rory Shaw hit his move and it didn't put Darren Blair down. If Richo got that pin, he would have been celebrating in his arms, I'll guarantee it. Because it didn't work, he has to take it out on somebody.
Oh no.
Now he's going for his move, this is right between the lines. Nobody's ever kicked out of that.
Wow!
And he beheads Scotty Richo, pulls him inside down with a clothesline. And Darren Blair again throwing everything. He's taken a beating, he's tired going through this matches, Darren Blair, and yet he had enough. He gained enough energy to throw that clothesline. And he runs bodily into Richo, who's down. Go for his cannonball! That's a big man to be crashing him. And Blair getting that second window, a surge of adrenaline as he lands. That's not what to send on, just basically sitting on his opponent with some force. Cover, we could have a new heavyweight champion.
Oh my God! The heart of a champion!
The heart that was nearly pressed out of his body 3 times with those moves. Richo's a lean, skinny man compared to Darren Blair.
His endurance is deceiving.
It is, but he's not got a lot of body mass to prevent him when Darren Blair crashes into him. Blair might not be entirely muscle, but it's still a heavy man, you know what I mean?
Blair is furious with the referee here.
Of course,
He
the
thought
longer
that
this
should have been a
goes, the
free
harder it's
count.
becoming. Will he try for his pop-up spinebuster? That could be the icing on the cake for Darren Blair. Reaches out on his feet, doesn't know where he is.
Oh no!
Oh wait, I've gone for it.
reversal.
Richo.
Oh!
It's going to rain between the lines.
No,
And he hits it.
It's done!
And nobody kicks out of that. That has been every single person. And
It's on the rope!
It's got
It's on the
ropes.
That's not a kick out.
Darren Blair.
Oh! What?
He's on the ropes.
Hang on, what's going on here?
Did the referee take the briefcase with the money in it? He take the bribe?
Has the referee
Wait
taken
a
a
minute, wait a minute,
bribe?
what's going on here?
His leg was clear, the rest left pause.
Your winner via pinfall, and still SWE World Heavyweight Champion.
He took the bribe?
Scotty Richo.
What the hell's going on here? Darren Blair, the fight of his life. He took the raid between the lines. He had it scouted, he knew what was happening, so he fell and got to the ropes to prevent itself. He got his leg over, the ref saw his leg on the ropes, counted to 2, stopped, and then counted to 3 and just walked off with that briefcase.
Well, regardless, Darren Blair had his chance, but unfortunately it didn't play out the way he wanted.
Darren Blair had the first of many chances. I'm sure he's going to come back. We need to get an investigation on here.
You're
We need to
correct,
find out
you're very, very right
what
there.
the hell is happening.
Something very wrong here.
These officials are meant to be without question. They're meant to be unbiased.
He's been
and
bribed.
uncorruptible.
It's bribery.
Yes.
He should be in the jail.
Well, I want to know what's in that briefcase. How much is it taken to bribe him?
Absolutely disgraceful.
This referee has prostituted.
That's a disgrace.
Prostituted what was a tremendous main event between 2 men who maybe the crowd don't always cheer for, who don't always like, but you cannot deny Darren Blair did not leave everything out there. It was his biggest ever test, his first and so far only singles match at Hell for Lycra. The biggest opportunity of his career. And his body language tells the story. He did everything he could, but he couldn't get the job
But
done.
surely Scotty Richo surely he can't be happy with defending and winning that title again.
His face tells
that,
differently.
With them
he is
circumstances.
grinning. He's walking out the champion. Maybe, just maybe, being champion is all that he cares about. No matter how he does it, he's walked out as champion. Rightly, wrongly, doesn't matter. We'll follow us in the weeks to come. Stay tuned to all of our social media to find out. Check out Uprising on Vimeo every single week. Ladies and gentlemen, Darren Blair.
Fantastic show we had.
It's been a phenomenal event, ladies and gentlemen. What an eventful night. What an historic night for all the right and wrong reasons. And it's Darren Blair. Tomorrow morning we'll think this through. It'll play in his mind in the weeks to come, I've got to say. And for the mighty fine Ed Divine, I've been Joe Fordyce. Thank you so much for joining us here at Hell for Lycra, and we will see you all next time.